Okay, bye. Bye.
Oh, we've just gone live.
I know. If I could get rid of this Facebook thing in front of me, then
well, just
bring the
press
countdown.
Yeah, just press. Subscribe. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Small Screen Live. I hope you guys are doing very well. First off, this is the first show I'm doing from the new place, so I'm back in the void. Basically, I'm in a new void. I hope you guys are doing really well. Today, we're going to be talking about lots of stuff. So we're going to be talking about Hawkeye. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man: No Way Home, probably, which everyone's talking about at the moment, and we're also probably we will talk a little bit about Zack Snyder, but I hope you guys are doing very well. So there are already some of you guys in the comments. So why we have got James. Yes, subscribe and please subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Do it now. Do it.
Yeah.
And if you could share that, share this live stream as well, that'd be great. But yeah, we do have some guys in the chat. We have Spooky Bats Gaming saying, hello, Small Screen Squad. I like that. I like the alliteration there. It's pretty cool. Who else do we?
Wow.
Oh, by the way, yes, as Owen Wilson once said in the movie, wow, I'm in Paris. Wow. That's where I live now. Actually in Paris. It's quite fun. And Multiverse Production says, good day. Good day. Good day. Good day. I hope you're doing well. Curtis, CB3, the third of the CBs, says, howdy y'all. Or howdy all. Maybe I should.
You're a funny guy, Sally.
Who else do we have? Who else do we have in the chat? We have Rajnish saying, hey, James.
Hey, Raj.
Hey, James. Bye, James. And then we also have Jedi Master EJ, and he says, hello there.
Hello there.
Yes, and Dan Zig waves. Hi, Dan. Hope you're doing well. And Jedi Master just says, "Hope everyone is having a great Friday." Well, I am. I've had a great Friday, and this is the end of my Friday. So, as most Fridays, I end it with the live stream, which is quite nice. I hope you're having a very nice Friday too, James. Not James, sorry, EJ. I think it stands for Edward, I believe. Bobby Anderson says, "Hi, everyone. We'll be listening today. Just picked up Disney Magical World. Need to play it. Oh, I've never played that. I hope you have lots of fun playing Disney Magical World." So have you stopped playing, what was it, Animal Crossing? Let us know. Let me know. Who else do we have in the chat? We have Sean Harrigan saying, "What's up, everyone?" What's up, Sean? I hope you're doing well. And we also have BatDan530, hashtag release the Aya cut, says, hashtag restore the Snyderverse, hashtag Uncle Kingpin. Yes, they are two things that we will be talking about today, the Snyderverse and Kingpin. Who else?
Hey, Bad Dan. Good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you, Bat Dan. I keep on calling you Bad Dan. And then Danzig1979 says, "Happy Friday all and season's greetings." Yes, it's coming to that time of the year. Oh God, it comes around quickly. Feels like it was only yesterday that it was Christmas. The holidays. Prince Zodiac says, "Good evening." Good evening. Good evening to you, Prince Zodiac. Right.
Is this where I'm supposed to say, "What is all this about?" And he says, "Shut up, I asked the question." Yeah.
Oh, well, Clint was here, but now he seems to be gone. It's just his. Oh, there he is, and he's in James.
Actually, I'm in your room.
So yeah, we've swapped.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I thought, yeah, I suspected you might do this. And there's James.
Oh,
Hi.
look at there.
So everyone's just
Welcome.
in my old studio. How are you doing, James?
Oh, thanks for asking, Edward. I'm doing great.
James, you're looking good, man.
Wow, so many comic books behind you. Such a vibrant, office kind of / bedroom.
It's nice, man. It's great.
I'm just in a John Oliver void. I'm in a John Oliver type void here. I have some like posters and stuff I'm going to put up behind. They're framed, so they're all Star Wars based. So you'll have that to look at in the future.
Do you like this new spot you're in? Are you digging it?
Yeah. It's been basically all the last 2 weeks has literally just been the move, which hasn't been easy. A lot of IKEA furniture that I've had to make, drilling holes in walls, all the usual. So that's been a thing.
That's the best.
Wow.
When you've got leftover screws and you're like, I don't know where these go. I guess I don't need them. That's the best.
Well, that was I was throwing away one of the boxes, so I made a kitchen countertop from IKEA, and I made it, and I was like, oh, it's done. And then I threw away the box, but as I was throwing it away, I was like, there was this one big bit of it's like plywood. They just fell out, and I was like, where the hell did that go? It seems to be all right. It's still standing up, so it's fine.
I hope it's not a load-bearing thing.
Yeah, it probably is. It probably is. No, I think it was just something. I think it was more aesthetic than anything. I think. But yeah, I remember looking at the thing when I was doing it, going, I don't have that bit. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'll keep on going anyway. Yeah, but that's what's been going on. So finally, feel a bit more settled. Last week wasn't very settled at all, so we didn't do the live because reasons. And now finally I've got the office kind of. There are still bags and like everything all strewn around. But you know what I've done this week? I'm literally 4 minutes away from a cinema, so I went to see 2 movies, which I haven't done in 1 week in a long time. I went to see House of Gucci and Parallel Mothers. So House of Gucci is the film with Lady Gaga in it, as I call her, Lady Gaga, and Adam Driver, and all those great actors. Really enjoyed it. And Parallel Mothers is Pedro I'm going to butcher his name, Almodovar. I think I said that right. His new movie, which was really good, stars Penelope Cruz. If you guys like Penelope Cruz, yeah.
Who doesn't like Penelope Cruz? I haven't even heard of that movie. Did you really like House of Gucci? I was thinking about going to see that this week.
I actually really enjoyed it. I like those kind of movies. I always have done. I think Lady Gaga is brilliant in it, and Adam Driver's really good in it as well. Everyone's brilliant in it. It's quite long. I will say it's quite long, and it did feel a bit long towards the end. But it's a good, Ridley Scott's made 2 good movies this year. The Last Duel and House of Gucci, both starring Adam Driver actually. But not many people have seen either of them, which is a bit of a shame. More people, I think, went to see House of Gucci, but they're both really good. I would really recommend both of them. Yeah,
I've got to check that out. I keep thinking King Richard is The Last Duel, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna go see. But I keep mixing those up. King Richard sounds like The Last Duel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
unless you know who Richard is. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, so yeah, it's pretty funny.
That's another movie that's I think it's out in the US now, isn't it? I think it's coming out in France like next week. Hasn't done particularly well at the box office.
Because they showed the whole movie in the trailer.
They kind of didn't they? Yeah.
The Last Duel.
Yeah, no, King Richard, the film with Will Smith as
Yes.
Mr. Williams.
If I'm not mistaken, that movie's on HBO Max.
That's
too.
the other thing about that movie.
So
yeah, it's
one
on
of those
HBO
things.
Max. Yeah, and it's a shame because it's not a shame because I'm pretty sure. I think we're going to do something when the Oscars are on. I would love to live stream it with you guys actually, but yeah. But I'm pretty sure Will Smith will get a nomination for that movie, and then someone else that I'm pretty sure will get a nomination will be Lady Gaga actually for House of Gucci. I'm pretty sure she'll get some sort of nomination for that movie. And we've got so many good movies coming out, Clint, and segue into what I think will be the first topic of conversation. Already we talked about quite a lot.
Yes, but we got a lot of new viewers in, so we should say
Yes, James. Hello to everybody.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello to Jason Lee. Only me here. Hopefully you're not the only one. M. Harms sends love.
Hey, Mia.
Hey, it's Mia.
Mia. Hello, Mia. And we have, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this name.
Fernaflu Aki.
He says, I'm sorry, I don't understand English. I'm from Peru. Greetings. Well, you write English very well. And we don't speak Spanish. So, well, I don't. I think you do, Clint, don't you?
A little bit.
A little bit. Un poco.
Un poquito.
Un poquito. Sí. Cuppy Malik says, morning all, because it's morning at my place. Morning.
It's good to see Cup of Malik in here too. And we got H.A. Ray in the house. Meme God. Welcome, H.A. Ray.
And H.A. Ray doesn't understand English either.
Okay. Now you can go on with the first segment. I just had to butt in there because you ignore the private chat. So
Mucho gusto. H.A. Ray.
I'm terrible at multitasking. So already talking for me is a big thing.
What?
It's true.
You lie.
Yeah, there we go. I only either see the private chat or the comments. I can't see the private chat and the comments.
You can't. You just get a little notification that comes up says private chat's going. But I mean, and it's Dan Plum. Everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Dan. He is doing great work behind the scenes for Small Screen, doing some fantastic editing there with.
Wow.
You know what?
And hey, there he is.
There he is. There's Dan.
And voice work. His voiceover is great. I love the videos that he does voice work on.
Yes.
I especially like this. We'll see you next time. I like that at the end.
He does very good work.
Yes, he does.
And I'm now officially out of a job. But I think we should talk about the first topic of conversation, which I think it's going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's be honest, because there's a lot of Spider-Man news that's come out. So, Ashley, you spoke about it on your TikTok, Clint.
Oh yeah,
it broke the internet.
It sure did.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. So I was heading home and I looked and I was like, I was bored and I like to throw I'll throw YouTube on in the background to listen to and stuff. And I looked in YouTube and I got a notification and I from Campia and I was like, this is a weird time for his show to be on. And I clicked on it. And he was having a countdown till tickets. And I was like, holy crap, it's about to go midnight when all the tickets go on sale. And I go, this is good news. I'm glad I got that notification. I better get ready. And I run in and I stopped at the grocery store and ran in and I'm in the middle of the aisle and I'm on my phone, and I go to the Alamo Draft House, and I go to buy my tickets, and it's like 12 minutes till midnight. 12 minutes to midnight sounds like a song. And so I'm about to buy these tickets. I get in the website. You can even pick your food. I'm like, okay, veggie pizza. Oh, you want a regular, vegan? No. I'm going through all these choices. I got all these choices to make, and I finally make all the choices. I go to pay, and then I say, oh, enter your credit card information, and I'm also have their app. This is a long, compelling story, guys. So I apologize for this. This is a very suspenseful thing. I'll probably get some applause at the end. But so this happens, and I go, no. I don't want to enter my credit card stuff in here when I can just do a one click. So I'm just going to switch over to the app real fast. This will take me 15 seconds to do this. Go, bam, 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 hit all the things, and boom. It's like somebody on the Death Star went bzzz at Alamo Draft House. And I was already to the pay shopping cart situation where all of a sudden I got kicked out for 2 hours. I couldn't order my tickets, and I tried every site. I tried Fandango, I tried AMC, I tried everything. They're all shut down, and it's because I waited too soon, or I mean too late. And there you go. So, and then I got back to the car and pulled up my phone. I was like, I wonder if they got tickets on Campia, and they were having the same thing. Their whole chat was having the same thing, and it was a 2-hour deal. And like as I started looking around on the internet, everyone was talking about this. Nobody can get tickets. What the f? Didn't they learn from Endgame? What the hell? You know. And so it's pretty hilarious. I finally got my tickets at 3 a.m. Don't worry, guys. And so I'll be going on the 16th at 3:25 at the Alamo. Yeah. Subscribe. But this was like some real drama because people were getting on. They get put in a queue with a countdown clock, and they'd be in there for 25, 35 minutes. And then it get down to like 10 seconds or like 0. And then boom, it would kick them out, or time to pay, it would kick them out. It was bad. So yeah, there you go. Serious drama. They're going to make a movie about it on Lifetime, I heard.
It's one of those things. It's a story that I kind of like to hear now because it's been so long. I mean, there's that whole thing with Avengers Endgame when it happened with that, but we've been in this, as you call it, the apocalypse for such a long time now that it feels like it feels nice that this is a story that's happening now. That it's like ticket selling sites are crashing because of high demand. So, I think the movie's now tracking to make in the US alone between 190 to like 250 million in its first weekend. So it seems as though like interest is really high. People really want to see this movie. I'm both excited and also slightly worried about that because I do wonder, like, we've been hearing all of these rumors about people that are going to be in the movie, people that probably won't be in the movie. And then once the film comes out, you know, Twitter's going to be awful for a couple of days because if you haven't seen it, and then he's going to be sniping everyone.
Yeah, I was going to let you know the day before Spidey comes out, I'm taking a week off. I'll still be editing and stuff, but I'm not touching the socials. I'm not going online, Facebook, Twitter, anything.
Are you going to the movies?
No, I'm going to have to wait until it actually comes to this small town. So.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. Well, I'm going to have to see it like probably the weekend. So it comes out here in France on the 15th because all movies in France come out on a Wednesday. So it tends to mean that we get Marvel movies before everyone else. But obviously the people in the UK got rather upset about that and said we want it on the 15th too. So now it's coming out on the 15th. So basically French Twitter is going to be really bad because it's going to like spoil everything quite a couple days before it comes out. So you're seeing it the next day, so the 16th.
I'm seeing the 16th, yeah.
Yeah. So because in the US, it officially comes out on the 17th, doesn't it? In the US, I think.
Yeah, officially.
Yeah, it's the official day. So you're basically going to be one of the first Americans to see it.
What's funny is they usually they'll do like a sneak preview the night before that'll be on a Thursday night. We do Friday night releases typically. And then but they're usually like, if you do a sneak preview the night before, it's like 6 or 7 in the evening, and then they'll have like a 10 o'clock or whatever. But this one, they started at 3 p.m. So it's like they're like, hey, this is a demand so huge, we're gonna just pretend like it's not a Friday release and make it a Thursday release. Like they just basically started it at 3 p.m., which is kind of says something for the excitement.
I would like Sean Harrigan in the comments has he just says Ticketgate, which this is turning out to be, isn't it? It's like and then apparently Multiverse Productions, who's in the chat, hi there, says Uncle Ben won't be in the movie. So that's a scoop right there.
Wow.
Uncle Ben will not be in this movie. And Crittum's Core says, I didn't have that problem. I got my tickets Monday morning, like at 9:30 a.m. I'm watching it on Thursday at 3:30 p.m. So it sounds like a lot of people are watching it on Thursday, and he lives in Boston. H.A. Ray, sorry, I'll be sure to spoil it for that James guy. There you go. And Raj says MCU has a lot of movies this year, but feel like No Way Home will have people the most excited. Well, we got Eternals. We had Eternals. We had, what was the other?
Everyone forgot about Eternals like 3 days after it came out.
I still stand by that movie. I still really like that. I'm gonna say I really like that film.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, and then there was Shang-Chi. That was the other film that came out this year. But I'm pretty sure Spider-Man No Way Home is going to break not only the internet, but also probably the box office as well. I'm pretty sure that's going to smash records. And Magic Clock says, I have to go and see West Side Story before I can. I have to go and see West Side Story before I can drag my wife to Spider-Man. That's the deal. Well, I've heard lots of good reports about West Side Story. Apparently, Steven Spielberg's made a better movie than the original, which I'm going to be honest. I've seen the movie. I have seen the original film, and I've seen a stage play version of it. I'm not a big fan of West Side Story. And it's just one of those things I can't really get hyped for. And also there's all this stuff about Ansel Elgort that I'm not sure we're really going to go into here, but lots of allegations made against him. And it's just a bit weird. This film was supposed to come out quite a while ago, wasn't it? I think, West Side Story. But I think Spider-Man No Way Home is the film for me that is, we spoke about this before, didn't we, Clint? Now that's the film that I'm really excited to see. Really, really excited to see.
I'm also really excited about The Matrix. It comes out a week later, but the talk is that if you've got an expectation of almost 200 million in box office, the following week is going to be like what, half of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so that means like people are going to have money for or time for Matrix if they're too busy watching Spider-Man for the second time. You know what I mean? Like I feel kind of bad. Also, Matrix is going to be on HBO Max, so that kind of like, golly, guys, what's going on here?
It's going to be on HBO Max. I thought it says only in theaters.
Nope, it's going to be on HBO Max.
So I'll be able to see that on time then.
Yeah. So also, James, Empire Strikes Back is going to be on HBO Max. If you get to see that on time, like you haven't seen that one yet, have you?
No, I don't know anything.
You're still waiting?
Like, no Star Wars spoilers, please.
Can I make you guys really jealous?
Yes.
The Matrix is coming out next week in France.
You jerk.
9th of December is coming out.
Jerk.
Guys, let's keep it cool. You know, we're a family here.
Family.
You
That's the best one so far.
You got to do the crack in the voice because you say, it's small screen. We're not just friends. We're family. You got to do the little we're family. That's how you do that. Yes, sir.
Like keep it like real Vin Diesel.
Family.
We're family. We're family.
We're family.
Where did you even find that clip? That's ridiculous.
The little thing you don't know about James is that he regularly gets bald people, men together, and dresses them up as Vin Diesel from Fast and Furious.
He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. James, he's so
yeah.
Good.
So,
Family.
oh, that's priceless.
Oh, dude.
So good.
He's got some new ones. And Dan Plum says family. And Dan, you are part of the family.
Yes, sir.
Family. That's how he says it. We're family. There you go. Family. That was one movie that came out this year that I thought was absolute dog shit. But let's move
F9?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Space cars? Come on.
It's awful.
You just got to get your head in the game. You just got to be ready for fun. If you're not ready for fun, you're not going to have any.
Can I ask you one question about Spider-Man No Way Home?
Yes.
What do you think will happen if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield aren't in this movie?
The apocalypse, the 4 horsemen will come down the volcanoes. Well, Vesuvius was just like, stay away from that part of Europe. Well, I don't know, man. Like, part of me has been preparing myself for this, like what's going to happen? And I don't know. I think it's going to be really good anyway. And people will get and people get over it. Like, but
people will never get over that. If they're not in the movie, people will never get over that, and they won't. The people won't see a Marvel movie again or a Spider-Man movie.
They're like, first boner, and now this. This is bull. I quit.
Literally,
phase 4. Phase 4. It's crap. It's trash. It's a dumpster fire. I don't know, man. People will lose their minds. We'll see what happens, but I'm like, what if something else happens that's just crazy? I've been thinking about all this and thinking about what if all of a sudden Venom shows up and Doc Ock ends up being a good guy and his red lights don't come off, and then you got Venom jumps in out of nowhere. And then I've also been thinking, what about Morbius? What if he shows up? Because and I'm like, Clint, what the hell are you talking about? And I've been thinking about all this because okay, you got Venom at the end of Let There Be Carnage. Spoiler alert, James. That at the end, he sees Peter Parker on TV, and it's like, okay, bam, they're
TV.
They're in the same. They're in the same universe. Okay, now, and then all of a sudden, also, if you look at the Morbius trailer that came out 1 million years ago, you have Michael Keaton that is in that, and people have only been talking about I was going to call him Tobey Maguire, about Tom Holland being in both, or Venom being in both, but what's going on with that? That's what I keep wondering. So now I'm wondering if those universes are going to merge permanently or just for a while until maybe after the multiverse of madness, maybe they fix something and everything goes back to normal. Maybe the universes stay merged for a while and things go on. So what if all of a sudden you see Morbius in there, you see Venom in there? Because I can't, I've been, for the life of me, subconsciously trying to process how Michael Keaton would be in both universes. He'd be in the MCU and be in Morbius. So I'm like, maybe
the Flash film.
Yeah, come on. So like how would that happen? Because they wouldn't cast him in both. That wouldn't happen. So,
I think Morbius is in the same universe. I think they're just now literally in the same universe. They're all in the same universe.
I think they're going to merge together, and I'm wondering if, okay, we don't have Toby and but they're probably going to have them because they have their villains. So why wouldn't they? That's a gateway for them. You know what I mean?
This is going to be
come through
on Infinite Earths kind of thing, where at the end of the movie or at the end of Doctor Strange 2, they'll be like, okay, now we can travel in between multiverses, and you'll have Venom and Tobey Maguire. Or that side, and Venom's going to show up in the post-credit scenes. And can we just say all three of us happy birthday to Sherry? It's my dear friend Sherry's birthday.
Woo! Happy birthday, Sherry!
Happy birthday! And Matt Jarbo, what's going on?
Merge. that's the MCU now. Merge. Just fuck it. We'll merge it. So I'm swearing a lot today, but
yeah.
I think you're right. I think first off, James, you're right. There will be a post-credit scene, and pretty sure Venom will be in it because I'm pretty sure Tom Hardy was on the set. Because how did he get a cap, the crew member's cap? I also think I don't think that Morbius is going to turn up in this movie, mainly because that's an unknown quantity at the moment. There's something that Sony still, they're still kind of playing around with that, and also I'm not sure that's going to do very well. I don't think Morbius is going to do very well at all. I don't think it's as popular. It won't be as popular as Venom. Side note: Jared Leto, hilarious in House of Gucci. Absolutely hilarious. If you want to watch that movie just for Jared Leto, I agree. It's brilliant. I was in fits of hysterics during that movie just because of him.
I've heard he's great.
Yeah, he's really good. He's unrecognizable, really funny. If you just go boof, you'll understand what I mean. Anyway, that's him in the movie. But they're already seeing lots of theories in the chat saying. So Magic Clock says, "I had a crazy idea that Andrew will save MJ and Tom will save Gwen at the same time in 2 different universes." So that's off. That was kind of teased in the trailer. It's kind of a callback, wasn't it, when Zendaya's MJ is falling off the building, and you've got the Spider-Man goes. It looks like Tom Holland's Spider-Man dives down to try and save her. You got the hand. That's a definite callback to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, when the one scene that I actually really loved and also really hated because it was like heartbreaking, but was the Gwen Stacy death scene, and that was a callback to that. So I've heard rumors, mind you, mainly because of Zendaya's dress at the Ballon d'Or presentation in Paris, that she might be playing a version of Lady Octopus.
I do like that theory though, in
Yeah.
2 different universes. I haven't heard that before. I heard about Andrew saving MJ, but in the juxtaposition between 2 universes, that'd be cool. However, Magic Clocks, I don't think that's going to happen. I think just going to focus on that one moment, unless they do have like multiple fight scenes between multiverses, which would be really cool. But they might save that for Doctor Strange too.
Yeah. I just think this film's going to be batshit crazy. Like,
I think so too, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Batdown 530 hashtag release the air cut. I'm going to use your whole name, mate. It says calling it now. Toby and Andrew are in No Way Home, but they're not playing Peter Parker. They're playing Ralph Boner's Dr.
There you go.
they literally, it'll be Agatha all along. Like she's behind everything. I think that would be hilarious, personally.
Yeah.
But again, you can't call it. I'm pretty 100%, well, 99.999% certain that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in this movie. I think they'll be in the movie. Just if anything, there would have been a moment when Marvel saw what was happening, being like, if we don't have them in this movie, there will be riots. So quick, get them to come in and film something. Like literally just like film like Toby going, huh? You know, redo that emo scene with Tobey Maguire. But and also all these denials from Andrew Garfield just don't ring true, do they?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. It's definitely, and that's why they're selling out tickets. You know what I mean? That's why they broke the internet when they went on sale.
Yeah.
Like no one can figure out what's going on. Nobody knows what's real. They're not releasing anything. You would have thought that they would have released a trailer right before tickets went out that would have revealed that. They didn't. They're having fun.
Yeah.
They don't need to. They're trending every second, for a long time. So
Literally, I think they're trending now, like at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
They're always
trending.
Yeah.
Like everything. Yeah, it's always Tobey Maguire's trending. Yeah, it's always.
It's a small screen talking about No Way Home trending right now. It's crazy. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And I don't necessarily you guys don't say, hey Clint, Morbius wasn't in the movie. I don't necessarily think he's going to be in it, but I think there's going to be some crazy
something will happen.
Something's going to happen with that.
Some merging event will happen where it'll bring in the likes of probably Morbius and Venom.
But the confusing thing for me, I'm so confused, is wondering about the Michael Keaton in both.
Well,
that's kind of weird.
Yeah, he also said that he's filming some more MCU content. So my guess is that that's Doctor Strange 2, because he said that on Fallon, I think, or Jimmy Kimmel, one of the, and he said, I'm going to film it now. And the only Marvel movie that's filming at the moment are reshoots for Doctor Strange 2, and there are rumors that the reshoots are to bring in cameos, so maybe a cameo appearance from Vulture in that movie. Kupi Malik says, I'm more interested to see who'll pop up in the second Doctor Strange movie. Yes, that's very interesting, and that's actually, I think Vulture's going to be in that film. We know that Wanda Maximoff's going to be in it, Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen. Will she be the main villain in this movie? Who knows? I think she will be an antagonist of sorts. I don't know whether she'll be the main villain, because there was a Lego set recently that teased some octopus eye-looking thing, which I can't remember what it was called. It was a very obscure Marvel character that I think's only been in 2 comics. And now, yes, I've got the red dot on my head. But I think that will be a very interesting film. I'm just really excited to see Sam Raimi return to the superhero movie genre. Are you excited for that film?
Super excited, man. Are you kidding? I'm doing a Raimiverse recap on my stream later on tonight.
Oh man, I wish it wasn't so late here. I'd love to join.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the first two Spider-Man films are still two of my favorite comic book movies ever made, and Darkman actually, I love that film.
Yeah, that's my favorite of the Spider-Man outfits too. I like the raised webbing on the suit. I think it's cool.
The only problem I had with that film was the organic web shooting. That was the only, because it was I mean, it was very Sam Raimi though. It was
You shoot web blood.
What? I didn't get that joke.
You didn't see you know that whole Andrew McGarfield by the rafter pipes? Someone got the audio apparently, and then he says, "You shoot web blood."
Really? Is that what they think? They think he said? That'd be quite funny, actually. That would be really funny if they do that. All three of them like comparing web shooting, and then he's just like, "Yeah, I just do it organically." It's like, ugh, that's weird. You're an actual spider. It's like,
I read I was gonna say I read an interview where Sam Raimi was like, "Yeah, it just seemed more realistic to me. I was trying to make a realistic thing, and to me, a high school kid that could make a gadget that could shoot webs that could hold a car just didn't seem real. So some kind of mutation from a spider bite seemed realistic to me.
It does
if you watch the Spider-Man 3 film facts that we just released, that fact is in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
But was it also that they were originally going to do the web shooters? That was something they were actually originally going to do, and then they changed it like on set. They were like, Sam Raimi was like, "No, this doesn't make any sense." That's what maybe that's wrong. I don't know, but that's what I heard. And now he's looking it up. Is he looking up? But
I thought I stopped my cam. No, I was talking to Sil. He's at work right now because we're gonna talk about Zack Snyder in a few minutes. And
Zack Snyder.
We could bring in some guests that have authority to it. We'll get EJ in here and stuff. Yeah. I was gonna say, I can't remember now. I cannot remember what I was gonna say.
James, you're getting old.
Oh yeah, do you want to talk about Hawkeye first before we go into Zack Snyder?
Yes,
I love it.
Hawkeye. So James and I, we've had private discussions about this series. We're kind of on opposite ends, I think, of the spectrum. And my camera went weird then. But
twice now.
Has it done that twice?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I've got to look into that. I don't know what's going on. It's like a weird glitch. But yeah, so I really like this series. Really, really like this series. Now, I have a feeling that Clint, you might be liking it too.
This is like Jupiter's Legacy 2. This is the no, I'm just kidding, dude. I said actually 3 loves in a message to James the other day. I was like, dude, I love this show. I absolutely love it. I like the fun. It's got a fun, lighthearted feel, like a Christmas movie. That's like just like it. I mean, it's a Christmas series, but I like the vibe. And I like the characters, and I'm digging it. Like I'm digging it. I always wanted to, when I was a kid, I always wanted to do something like grow up to be Hawkeye or something. You run around playing as a kid and imagine stuff like that.
Were you Haley Steinfeld as a kid?
Yeah. And except I had tighter jeans on. No, but I was like, just watching this, I was like, this is cool. She's like doing the thing I wanted to do as a kid. I wanted to, I used to shoot a bow and arrow in the backyard and stuff. And this is cool. I think it's great.
I was more Robin Hood, not Hawkeye. I'm gonna be honest.
Vera Farmiga, I love her. She's fantastic in anything she does. I love her, like from The Conjuring and everything else she's been in. The cast is great. The stepdad's kind of weird.
Okay, this is my one problem.
Tony Dalton.
This is my one problem with the show because it's so obvious. So he's swordsman. That's who he is, and he is literally a mustache twirling villain in this. Like the minute you see him, you're like, this dude's a bad guy. But James brought up something quite interesting in the chat that we had about it. Is that he actually thinks that Vera Farmiga is going to be the main villain.
Oh yeah,
I believe
she's
so.
Gonna be the villain. It's the show is not subtle at all. And the swordsman, he's super goofy.
Yeah,
and like you said, the mustache twirling villain, but he just downplayed a little bit. The show is not very subtle. It's pretty good love letter to Matt Fraction's run. not as much character development between the two characters, but it's still there. I know it just seems like I was talking to you in the last episode when the villains are looking down the bridge. You totally tell that you couldn't because you watched it on your phone, right? Because you've been moving.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
You can tell it was green screen. It just seems very not subtle to me, and a lot of the interactions, and not just between Haley and Clint. The interactions are good, but throughout the other characters seem a bit forced. I was hoping in the first 2 episodes that they got all the exposition and the foundation out of the way, that the third episode they can just go right out of the park, and they kind of did that with that chase scene. The Pym arrow was freaking cool. I really liked that. The physics on it was a bit wonky, but I mean, it's a Marvel movie, so you're like, yeah, that's awesome. It's hard to, when the character's so grounded, it's hard to get away with that stuff, I guess. And I like the fact that they addressed he's always in the shadows and his branding and stuff. But yeah, no, it's fun. It just seems a lot of it seems forced, and maybe the first couple episodes could have been more subtle. I mean, right away out of the gate, it was like, oh, okay, she's the villain, right? Yeah, he's supposed to be. She's the person behind the villain, and then there's going to be Kingpin, like what that hand was. But I'm sure you guys will get into that. It's not a bad show. I'm just waiting for it to actually grab me, and it was kind of like that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier for me for a while too, and even WandaVision. I think it's just because they tell us a lot, but don't really tell us a lot. If you understand what it like. When the episode ended, Hawkeye episode number 3, I was like, oh, that's it. Give us 5 more minutes, but that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, but that's
Plus shows.
Yeah, and I think these. I've said it the whole time. I think these shows would feel better in a weird way if they're all released at once, but then they wouldn't. It's a smarter move to release them weekly, because then that means that there's hype for the next episode. They always tend to do the first 2 episodes. They release at once, and then they release each of them weekly. I think the final episode is set to air on like Christmas Day. I think that's what they want to do, and it makes sense to me. I agree with you on a lot of things, James. I think you're being a bit Grinchy about it, personally.
No, like I said, I enjoy it, and
yeah,
I'm not being a Grinch about it. I just think some of the writing and the delivery, like the execution, is a bit lackluster for me. It was just a little too over the top.
But is that problem more with the characters outside of like Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton and Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop? Do you think everything else around them feels a bit forced?
Well, I think the bro mafia it's funny, but I think they're trying too hard to be funny.
Yeah, that's too much.
I mean, if you read the Matt Fraction run, the bro mafia is funny as hell, but it's not that kind of goofy. But yes, like some of them, like, okay, that's kind of cool, that's cute, that's what they're doing there. But when Jeremy Renner was around the table with his kids after the Rogers the musical, that interaction seemed a bit forced. Like I don't know, it's like he's turning on his sweet face and all happy and then he's going back to his stoic kind of character. Like I was telling you before, like if they're doing a kind of Die Hard vibe, which it kind of is, there's quips, they've missed some quips, like opportunities, and I don't think like his delivery has been that funny. But this is not me nitpicking. This is just me giving an honest opinion. Like when they were in that warehouse and he breaks the duct tape and he runs away, he ran away so slowly. And then they all just start chasing him so slowly. And they have guns. They could have just like fired at him in the legs or something. Then all of a sudden he's on the other side of the warehouse behind the shelves, and they're still at the beginning. Now they're doing the whole Batman moment, John McClane moment, looking for him. And you had that shot where it panned over and he's behind the shelf and he's like this. And he could have said something funny there or something, but he didn't. I think that was a missed opportunity. I don't know. It's just something feels off to me. It's just not that subtle. But there's good moments in it. And I think the swordsman needs to downplay it a bit more. And you can tell when Clint really wants to say something because he rocks back and forth. But yeah. Anyways, so there's only 3 episodes left. So I hope they really knock it out of the park. And I think Echo was great. I really like that character. Heard some complaints online about we don't need to see everyone's origin story right away, but I think it was beneficial. Yeah, it was beneficial to see the origin story. And I can't remember the actor's name that plays her father or grandfather.
Yeah.
But he's a really good actor. He's in Taika Reservoir Dogs or Reservation Dogs. He's in that, and he plays a really good character in a bunch of other stuff.
McLaren?
I think so. Danzig, Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you very much for the super chat.
When I first read that comment, I thought it said "Merry Christmas, Small Screen Farm." There you go. That's a new thing. Yeah. What do you want to say, Clint? Say it.
I just want to say this is a TV show, and like this show, I think has done a great job on a lot of things. I agree with you. The Tracksuit Mafia is a little campy, but it's fun and it's.
I'm calling my girlfriend. I bought her tickets to see Imagine Dragons.
Yeah,
the one line. Sorry, Clint, but the one line that really got me was when Kate dropped down the ceiling at the end of the episode 2, and then the one Russian goes, "I found her." I didn't expect that. It was dumb, but I laughed. I laughed out loud. That was really good.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be fun because they're setting up Haley Steinfeld to be the main on this.
Of course, Young Avengers.
And I think they're trying to capture that audience, and that's what they're. But I think they've done a really good job with Clint. It sounds weird to say that. I think they're doing a really good job with Clint, like. Showing he's having like PTSD a little, and he's got injuries and deafness, and he's just beat up and he's tired. He's like a human being, and they've done a really good job. Especially like there's a scene where Haley is telling him what his kid's saying on the phone, and he can't hear.
That is such a good scene.
And it's like a weird. They connect, and she's really there for him on that. And he's like, and he's in a weird, vulnerable position because of it. You know, he loves his kid, and he's in a weird, vulnerable position. And she totally saves his ass, and it's like a weird connection with them on that scene. And it's like even when he walks away from the phone call when it's over with, it's just like this guy's a human being who's like given his life to save people, as opposed to being some impervious being that goes out there that's juiced up or whatever. He's just a normal.
A lot of
dude.
Batman moments.
Yeah, and he's just like, and it's taken his toll on him, and I think it's really cool that they're showing that. Also, you know, talking about his branding and all that, but you know, it's like he doesn't want credit. He doesn't even care about that. He's like, he was trained to be in the shadows. Him and, you know, Black Widow, they're supposed to be in the shadows, not on the front of a paper. They, you know, and so it's like, I thought that was cool. And you know, there's some moments where, maybe it looks like a green screen or what, you know, in the car, the 360 shot in the car, clear green screen, but badass. I thought that was super cool. That whole chase scene was awesome. All of it. I've had a good time with this show. And again, I think of it as a TV show, I'm not watching Endgame, you know.
Okay, as a TV show, it still needs to be a little more subtle, I think.
Yeah,
that moment with Haley with the notepad and talking to his kid was great, but if you put it in juxtaposition with him around the table with his kids, it seemed a bit, you know. And I was talking to Barry from Lifted LeChance and about Rogers the musical,
right?
Okay, so there's a few things here where Ant-Man's in it, right? And people are saying, well, he wasn't. Clint said he's not even there, but he actually technically was, because they traveled back in time in Endgame.
Right.
So that's a little view of what the history is in modern day. Well, this isn't even modern day. This happens before Spider-Man No Way Home. So when No Way Home comes out, Hawkeye will have been over by like a year or 6 months or something. But yeah, no, as a TV show, I think it could be a little bit more subtle. And I don't know, just something just seems a bit maybe unpolished or unfinished to me with how some of the characters, you know. I think the Bro Mafia, if you read the comics, you could see the wasted potential by just playing it off as goofy,
right?
You know, it is goofy in the comics, but it's more about them always saying bro. The Tracksuit Mafia, it's all about them just saying bro and wearing the tracksuits. That's the whole gag. But they're still kind of menacing because there's so many of them. Not just, here's 20 Tracksuit Mafia guys. We know they're going to get out and it's going to be fine. There's nothing menacing about it. There's like real world stakes in the Fraction run, as well as being funny and exploring Hawkeye's character.
The only thing about the
Sup, Barry?
The only thing about the bro mafia or the tracksuit mafia, hi Andrew, is that there's actually threatening, and it is Echo. Like she goes like in hand-to-hand combat against Hawkeye. She like wipes the floor with him. Like you could tell that he was really struggling in that scene, and I think there's an element of him. I think he knows he's past it. Like, you know, he kind of, I think Ronan, when he was Ronan, that was like he was really fighting with anger. So it was kind of a different fighting style that he was doing, which is probably why she doesn't recognize that he's actually Ronan. I like a lot of that. I like the fact that we're exploring more about that time in his life, which we don't really know about anything about. All we got was him taking off the hood in Endgame and then having the crappy hairstyle. But I think this is something that the character Clint Barton has needed, because he's really like, he's had brilliant moments in the MCU. Like, I think actually he was the best thing about Avengers Age of Ultron. Like, he was really good in that. And he had the best line, which is like, hey, I'm a dude like fighting with bows and arrows against robots. It's stupid. And that was a great line. I would like to see a bit more of that in this as well. I really love, what I love about this show more than anything is the chemistry between Kate and Clint. I think it's funny, it's endearing. I think she is just wonderful. She's such a breath of fresh air to the MCU. She's a fangirl, but a very, very capable one. Clinton, she says, I think you are the greatest archer, in the world. And she probably ends up becoming better than him, because she's so dedicated.
And Pizza Dog.
And Pizza Dog is brilliant as well.
He's awesome.
So honestly,
but like Edward, sorry, I do agree with you. I just want to touch on the point you said about him over with being Hawkeye, and I agree with you there. I think that as soon as Natasha died, he was over with it, and he just kind of endgame to get some closure, right, and to finish the job at hand. But yeah, I think he was done, and you're right. This is what he needed, but it's not what he wanted, and then that's going to be his character arc, and maybe he'll be training young Avengers or something. And they'll go have to fight the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So,
But I honestly think this show is so far apart from, I think Loki's the only one that's made me like more excited, like to see a new episode, because I just love being in that world. I love the Christmas vibe about it as well. They've really nailed that, and Die Hard is a really good comparison to make. Go on, Clint.
I think that we're going to see that Tony Dalton and him know each other. Like in the next, we're going to see that in the next.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
and because they know each other in the comics. I also I don't think he's going to be a villain. Like the mustache twirling. I don't think he's going to be. A villain.
Maybe it's too obvious.
I think that holding his own knife up to his throat, and then it's going to be like, oh hey, it's you, and then we're going to go somewhere with that. Also, don't know if the Ronin. I don't think that was necessarily Clint. From what Echo saw, kill her dad. I don't think that was him.
No, I think that was Ronin. I think it was, because it was in New York, and that's about the time when he was cleaning up all the mafias, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was him. And also
there's this mysterious guy that's coming as well. We do wonder what, like with the goggles. Have you seen that with the? I don't know. Probably.
But I want to touch on your swordsman point there, Clint. Though, it's obvious he's not the villain because it's so so heavy-handed.
Yeah,
it's not subtle at all, and you know that her mom is going to be the puppet master underneath. To segue to Edward saying to Kingpin, right?
But I don't know if the Teen Titans fans, children, are going to know that. I think maybe just the guy that's been reading Hawkeye comic books for 20 years, like will know that. You know what I mean? Or
Fuck that man.
No.
that's what I'm saying.
You mean Young Avengers?
Yeah, Young Avengers, not Teen Titans.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but I've never read Hawkeye comics. I think you have. You said you're a big Hawkeye fan, right?
I like Hawkeye a lot. Yeah.
The only Hawkeye comics I've read is the Matt Fraction run. and it got me interested in the character.
I mean, Hawkeye's in one of the best Marvel comics of all time, Old Man Logan. He's in that, but that was like my first introduction to the character of an old guy that's does he go blind?
Yeah, he's got glaucoma. I've actually been reading Hawkeye, Old Man Hawkeye, and it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I'm pretty sure they're twisting the whole Daredevil echo. Daredevil killed her dad to Ronin. You know what I mean? Like that's all they're doing, and then they're switching the mom, the dad being the villain to the mom being the villain with Kate and stuff.
Exactly.
They're just taking familiar story arcs and kind of massaging them into this show.
But it's not subtle. That part is not subtle, and that's what bothers me.
But James, you don't hire an actor like Vera Farmiga and just make her the mum. So
exactly. That's obviously, but at least make it a little bit more subtle.
And she definitely killed. I think she definitely killed Vera Farmiga definitely killed her dad, the Kate Bishop's dad.
Yeah. But we don't need. Like, why would they give us that information right at the beginning? I mean, we're halfway through.
They literally did.
Yeah, they told us they showed secret meetings with the old guy, and then all of a sudden he died. Like
Vera Farmiga's Mephisto. I'm just
putting
it out. Just put it out there.
The thing I was really worried about when I heard that Vera Farmiga was cast, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do a gender switch and make her Kingpin. And I was like, I really hope that doesn't happen, which is why, and I can see the things happening again with my camera.
Yeah, it's not the gender switch that would enrage fans. It's the fact that it's not Vincent D'Onofrio.
That's the thing, yeah. And because you've still got Vincent D'Onofrio around. So do you guys think that was Vincent D'Onofrio's hand?
I think they're messing with us. I think they're going to mess with us. Yeah, I think they're not going to let us know, and they're going to keep showing these like side views where you just see his cufflinks, and you just and like a little bit of a chuckle just to be like, dude, that was Vincent D'Onofrio. They learned so much from this Spider-Man thing where they're like teasing, keeping people going. Like they can wait until, they could have Vincent D'Onofrio show up in Spider-Man for all we know, and Charlie Cox, and like, see, we did do this. We don't have Tobey Maguire, but as a consolation, we're giving you Vincent D'Onofrio. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it was Vincent D'Onofrio's hand. I think it was a stand-in for him. They wouldn't just get him on set to do one stand. But if it's going to be anyone, if they teased it, did he have any rings on his hand? No. So if it had a ring, like Kingpin's rings, that would be a different story. I'm 50-50. I mean, I think it would be a smart move by Marvel to have him in. And maybe, Clint, maybe you're right. Maybe they'll just do it in a post-credit scene, like to the last episode. But it would be nice if they actually showed him a little bit more screen time and just say in the last episode than a post-credit scene. I mean, but if you get Vincent D'Onofrio, at least have him in the last two episodes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But I don't think he's not the main villain of this piece. It's not, and also I think towards the end, Echo's not going to be a villain either. It's like she's. I mean, the comics
she's got her own show coming. They're not going to give a villain a show. So.
And I think that will be the one. Her show will be the one that will really introduce Kingpin properly. I think the Echo shows, because she's got so much history with the character in the comics, and then that will probably also be where like Daredevil gets a big run. Either that, Daredevil, I do wonder about She-Hulk because of the whole legal side of things. I wonder whether that's going to be the moment where you get to see him a lot. But I think that's procedural, isn't it? That's going to be like a procedural type thing, that show. So it's like a new case every week.
Well, that's kind of why I think that Ronan isn't actually like Clint in that. Like, I think because Daredevil, she gets told that Daredevil killed her dad, and it turned out it was Kingpin that made it happen. And I think that's why she's a bad guy right now, because she was told, or she thinks that Ronan killed her dad, but when she finds out the truth, she's going to flip and become a good guy. So I think there's something else afoot, something weird. It could be her that other guy who's what is his name, Kazi. That other guy is an assassin also. Could be him. It could be, I don't know. Hell,
I think Kazi is
hell.
just
Could it be the swordsman? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Kazi is just like a thug and kind of administrator because he doesn't really know how to fight that well, and his actions seem like a bit. But anyways, quickly go through the comments.
Yeah.
We got a like, quack, and notification that bell, please. Everyone watching, if you're new here, please subscribe. And we have CB3 says she's the ringmaster and she's got a bunch of people hypnotized and she'll go down and Kingpin will take over. He's talking about Vera Farmiga's character, Farmiga.
Is the ringmaster a character in the comics?
No, just like the like I said, the puppeteer behind the scenes, right? And Barry says, Lifted LeChant says, he thinks he'll see longer memory shots of Kingpin raising her. That's very, very possible. So, yeah.
So maybe we'll see
out of here before we talk about Snyder, and that way, Clint knows he can talk freely.
Family.
Well, again, maybe it is just Ralph Boner behind everything. Maybe that's what's really going on.
Maybe.
I'm pretty certain that it's there you go. I'm pretty certain that it is Kingpin is in that scene, and that it is Vincent D'Onofrio. I don't see how you can have an actor that's so perfect for the role, and he's shown that he's so perfect for the role in the Daredevil series, and then just not cast him. It just doesn't make sense.
I think they'll have him in like a post-credit scene at the very end where they finally they're going to keep us wondering, talking about this till the very end, and then at the end they'll show like the back of his chair, and then they'll turn it around and it'll be him. And then it'll be like what they
did with Kang. Yeah, exactly. It'll be like what they
coming soon.
It'll be like what they did with Kang the Conqueror in Loki. Like keep it until. Like I was shocked that they did that. To be honest, I was like, because he's a big deal. He's going to be a big deal in the MCU moving forward. And then they just saved him until the last episode, where he has a lot to do in that final episode. But up until that point, I just really didn't think they were going to do it. I thought, I do think Marvel is these TV shows have really shown that they're willing to kind of think a bit outside the box and do things slightly differently. And yes, they're okay with teasing their fans now. They're kind of, they did the whole Ralph Boner joke. They don't care. it's like they're like, we'll do whatever we want to do. And I do think Kingpin's gonna be very important in these TV shows, especially. Maybe less so in the movies. Maybe they won't. Maybe they might bring him into Spider-Man because he's very much tied to Spider-Man
in New York.
And New York. So maybe they might do something with him there. But I think we're going to see him more in the Echo series than this one. I think you're right. I think it'll be like a pretty small kind of cameo.
Yeah.
Right. What do we have to talk about next?
Family.
Yeah, family. James is sitting there because we can't talk about Snyder until.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Edward. Did you ever see Arcane?
I've seen the first 3 episodes.
You got to finish that show, man.
I know.
It's fantastic. It's like it's been out for so long, and I'm watching it climb the Netflix trending thing. It just keeps growing. Its popularity keeps growing and growing and growing because that's a fantastic series.
I'm gonna binge it this season because you keep telling me it's great, so I'm definitely gonna watch it. I trust you.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's quite scary.
Like you joke that you like everything, but I know you have very analytical mind when it comes to these shows and what's good and what's not. So I'll trust you on that. And you even told me this before the hype.
Yeah,
right? I think that's why I followed them on Twitter, like just when you first watched the first episode, just to remind myself. But
I was just super impressed, like just the twists and the things that happen, and there's a lot of characters in that show, and they're all really deep, important characters, and somehow they manage to, like, they'll be over here, and somehow by the end they're intertwined, and something from somebody's past is connected to this guy, and it's just really cool, like Game of Thrones type of stuff. Which, by the way, what is the show on Amazon? Wheel of Time. I'm loving that show. That show is really good, like really good. I just saw episode 5 last night. Yeah, are you digging that?
I've watched the first 2 episodes. I love Rosamund Pike. I'll watch her in anything. I knew a bit about the books before. Fantasy books are not really my thing, so I tried reading the first one and just didn't really get into it. But this show, you can tell that Amazon is really behind this show. They are replacing one of the actors actually though in season 2. I don't know what the story is behind that one, but it's they're already I think they're done filming season 2 already, and this show, I think it's going to be very big, like The Witcher, Game of Thrones level type big. It's that sort of show, and Rosamund Pike is brilliant in it. So yeah, you should watch it. I think.
Keep going, man, because it's like it just keeps getting better and better. It's like it's good.
I've just
Really
finished
good.
watching Only Murders in the Building, which is the Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, and Martin Short show. Like, I love true crime, and I really like all 3 of them are really fun in this show. And I just finished it literally just before the live stream. Finished the first season. Brilliant, really good stuff. It's really good fun. And very excited for season 2. So there's lots of stuff, literally so much stuff to watch at the moment. I think Arcane is the one I got to finish. That's the one that I really got to finish. Like, the art style is great. Riot Games, the guys that made League of Legends, one of the most popular MOBAs, one of the most popular video games in the world. All of a sudden, they're making incredible animated shows. They're making live action content as well, based around League of Legends, and more animated shows. So it looks like if you like League of Legends, then you're in for a treat. But even if you haven't played League of Legends, like, I don't think you have, Clint.
Completely unaware of that game. Like, don't care. Don't want to play it. Don't even. I just I'm gonna. This looks kind of cool. Turned it on. 20 minutes later, I'm like, wow, this is really good. 30 minutes later, I'm like, holy crap! And it just keeps getting better and better and better. So good.
Yeah, and it's a prequel to the MOBA,
Yes.
to the video game. But it's just the character. You're right. The character development is so good. Like, the whole everything that happens between the sisters is like heartbreaking as well. And like,
Haley Steinfeld is V. So
yeah, it's a good show. I think anyone that hasn't watched it yet in the chat, do go and watch it. It's on Netflix now. James, shall we start talking about Zack Snyder?
Talk about whatever you want.
Oh,
We'll just wait for some guests. It's fine.
Okay, all right. Well, we're running out of topics, though, James. That's the thing. Looking through small screen now. Let's see what.
Did you guys see the latest Matrix teaser?
No, I haven't.
no, I didn't.
Oh,
No.
But I'm excited for that movie.
I wish we wouldn't get a copyright strike. I would totally play it right now. Because what is it? Basically, it's like they say they start with the deja vu glitch cat. And they lead to it being a new simulation now with old code, so they're letting like more stuff slip. But I'm not. Hey, Bat Dan, you can message me on Twitter, and I'll send you a StreamYard link if you want to come on. If you promise to behave.
Actually, one thing we didn't talk about was the fact that they're making a Spider-Man trilogy with Tom Holland coming back for at least three Spider-Man films. We didn't talk about that.
Scoop confirmed small screen and Scoop confirmed Gigosity.
Yeah.
One thing I feel like I need to go back and read the quote. I feel like she's the way that she's Pascal.
Amy Pascal.
I feel like her quote said that they're going to do another film with Tom Holland, and then said that they're going to do a Spider-Man trilogy, but she didn't say that Tom Holland was going to be in all 3. And I don't know if that contradicts your article, and I'm not trying to do that. I just like the way the wording was, I was paying attention to that. And I was like, are they pulling I'm wondering, because I was trying to fit all the pieces together, like the done by 30, which of course is like James says is a tactic to renegotiate things like that. So I'm like, but I'm wondering, I'm like, would it be like, maybe, okay, let's pass the torch to the Miles Morales, and so I'll do one more and I'll do one more of the trilogy that's promised, but I'm actually only going to be in one, and maybe I'll pop in as the Tony Stark mentor kind of a guy, and maybe something terrible is going to happen to Tom Holland in this movie that we're about to see. That's going to be make him be a defeated, brokenhearted Peter Parker to mentor Miles Morales, and that's what I'm wondering. That's what my brain's been subconsciously thinking as I drive around with the data.
Can I read the exact quote?
Yes, absolutely.
I just got it too.
This is not the last movie that we're going to make with Marvel. This is not the last Spider-Man movie. We are getting ready to make the next Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and Marvel. It just isn't part of ... We're thinking of this as 3 films, and now we're going to go on to the next 3. This is not the last of our MCU movies. So, I mean, I know what you mean. They're doing,
I can see what Clint's saying.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, Clint. But she says we're thinking of this as 3 films, and then before that mentions Tom Holland. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be involved in all 3 movies,
but not
more. But probably not as the main. Like, yeah, you're right. Maybe that they'll probably
not in our universe. Not, and that's
honest,
the big question.
We did say this in a article on this before it was actually officially, I suppose, revealed by Amy Pascal, is that one of the sticking points was that Tom Holland wanted Miles Morales, or wants Miles Morales to be brought in.
We have a video on it too, so go watch it after the stream. It's a really good video.
So he, according to what we've been told, he wants to be part of the casting process as well for the actor to play Miles Morales. So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, is that they're going to phase Peter Parker out, probably more in the MCU side of things, and bring in Miles Morales, and then maybe Tom Holland might stick around and be in different movies here and there. But it's, again, Tom Holland wants to be Bond, so he's probably looking at other things as well, and doesn't want to be typecast as Spider-Man. But to be honest, he was asked about it on a French show called The Quotidien, and he said The Quotidien. You should speak French. Man.
Quotidien.
The Quotidien.
No, I think it's the college trilogy. They're gonna do 3 films, and then like the other 2 appearances or 3 appearances will be with Marvel in the MCU, like he's had, and they will slowly introduce Miles Morales probably in the 2nd or 3rd one. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always carefully listening to the quotes.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I said before, I can see I can picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah,
you know, your point's valid. And then everyone just ran off like, 3 films for Tom Holland. But yeah.
Well, we originally said the article that we posted was he's back for Spider-Man.
The video.
The article. The article that I did when Amy Pascal said that. Because I noticed what you meant in her quote. Is the only thing she really confirmed was that Tom Holland's going to be in the next Spider-Man movie, and they're thinking of doing 3 films. But she never actually said Tom Holland is going to be in all 3 of them. Yeah, it sounds like it's still pretty early days as well. That they've agreed to do a trilogy, but they've still got things to sort out. I suppose he's going to
be in 3 more movies.
Yeah,
they're going to do the college trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I noticed we have lots of people waiting in the wings. Do you want to bring
people?
Do you want to bring some people in?
I guess.
Family.
Hi.
Family.
Hey.
Family.
Big chicks, pink sweaters, bro.
Hi guys.
Hey, there's Charlie on the left, Barry and Ryan from Lifted the Chance in the middle, and EJ's gone away for a bit on the right there.
Chair. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Long time no see, man.
Long time. So I suppose, should we start off? Should I just hand it over to you guys? Do you want to talk about Zack Snyder?
Well, let's just wait for Bat Dan to get in here, and then
okay, all right.
Yeah, Bat Dan's coming. Edward, I'm trying to pull up the names, and I can't find it on the interface.
Well, yes. Well, yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll do that for you.
I never find it.
What's up, guys?
Hey, EJ, welcome. So Charlie, what have you been working on lately? Oh, by the way, I saw your latest video that says your mic. We apologize for Charlie's mic. Did you see my comment? It's not your mic, it's your internet. You have to be accurate.
That video we filmed that I went home for Thanksgiving, so I had to, the show must go on. And say the internet at home is not the same internet as it is in this current location. That was rough. That was a rough one, but it was a fun video we did. As far as recent stuff, literally as we speak, I just finished processing the video for our Arcane review for that new Netflix animated show. Which, if you guys haven't seen that yet, go see it. It's 10 out of 10 for me. It's amazing. I love it. Haley Stanfield.
We're just talking about it.
She's on the road right now.
You weren't watching, were you? We were just talking about it.
I was just finishing the video.
Oh, I see. Life of an editor.
Yeah, man. I was mid-edit. Finished off a 2-hour session and hopped in here with you guys because I love you guys with a passion.
Thank you very much.
Man?
Yeah,
good, man.
Good. Yeah, we've been good. Yeah. We've been working hardly working, whichever way you want to say that. And James has been editing loads of videos. Dan's been editing loads of videos, and that. Clint, I don't know what you've been up to recently. I'm going to be honest.
I've been running from the law, man. People as I do, you gotta be careful. Yeah. Oh man, I've been doing videos and all kinds of stuff. I've been editing videos, and I've been doing some TikTok videos and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, you got a new bass player too, right?
You got a new bass player, and yeah. So I had band practice yesterday, and been having a good time.
Nice.
Got a new guy slapping the bass, man.
Slapping the bass.
Slapping the bass.
Hey, show off those hoodies there, Ryan.
It's Hawkeye hoodies.
The hoodie looks fine.
Ryan, Barry.
Hey, show off those hoodies there, Ryan.
Nice.
Hey.
That's some great pixelation.
It's really good.
I saw the hoodie before it was pixelated. I need one of those. They had to snag one of those.
Oh, by the way, guys,
just go to Lifted LeChance.
we were talking about this earlier. The Spider-Man No Way Home runtime. It's just been exclusively revealed by Collider. It's going to be 2 hours 30 minutes long. 150 minutes. That's the official runtime.
I just exclusively revealed that 30 minutes ago.
You did, but it was behind. I think it was behind the scenes. So no one actually. We didn't actually film that. We didn't record it.
Yeah, so I got to take a nap before I go see that movie. That's what you're telling me.
Oh.
So that means that probably 30 minutes of that's going to be Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire content.
I hope so. I want more than just like a 5-minute sequence of them just popping up, fighting, and then leaving. I mean, give me a little something. You know what I mean? More than 5 minutes of just fighting. I want to see where they are now as characters, and see.
I'm hoping that will happen. Yeah.
So, Zack Snyder. Welcome back, Dan.
Hello, thanks for having me.
No problem.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. So, what's happening with Zack Snyder? Fill me in. I have no idea.
He had a turkey.
That's the big news story. He had a turkey. And then people are like, what's he reading in the background? What's that book in the background? And there are notebooks on top of it.
Really?
Yes. So the book, I can't remember the name. What was the name of the comic he was reading, the graphic novel?
Final Crisis.
Final Crisis.
There we go. And that's and there was the thing was the notebooks on top of it. Is he taking notes about this graphic novel? So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that he's coming back to the DC universe?
Well, didn't they recently do for the CW verse? They recently did Final Crisis, I think, right?
Yes, they did.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Crisis on Infinite Earths, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't watched it in totality. It'd be nice to see that on the big screen and done a little bit better than what it was in the CW show. Yeah, that'd be nice, man. I didn't even know that. That's my first time hearing about that.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's not Final Crisis. They're different storylines.
They're two different crises.
Okay.
They also had Snyder's second unit director, Clay Staub.
Yes.
He also had a tweet that he did, which was like
There it
So
is.
so that's another interesting thing at the same time. So that's kind of leading to some of this hype. So people are like, "What? We got that, and we got this turkey at the same time? That's crazy talk."
Yeah, there you can see the book in the background there.
Yeah, they're dropping hints for sure. Yeah,
they're doing something. Whether or not it's a movie, I don't know, but it's like it's pretty. It seems pretty cool. It seems, again, things are probably changing inside of Warner Brothers, so maybe they're talking again. But Snyder seems to be very happy just doing his stuff on Netflix at the moment. He's very busy. He's got Rebel Moon's coming up next. He's got this the sequel to Army of the Dead.
Planet of the Dead.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff.
Question.
What do you think, EJ? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He's got to mute. Go ahead, Charlie.
Oh, you just muted?
Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Question. Would you guys rather, with the new Snyderverse stuff, would you rather this be a show, like an episodic basis, more than just like spamming out more like big picture movies? I feel like just with, I don't know, man. I'm just I feel like we'll give them more time to develop stuff. Then
we'll get a Hawkeye.
You get a Hawkeye.
Which
His
is
arc
a
started
show,
as
but
movie. Needs to end.
what's that?
I said his arc started as movies. It needs to end as movies. It's like it'd be like having Star Wars, like having A New Hope, and then doing Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi as a series. Like
No spoilers for Empire Strikes Back. I haven't seen it yet.
I only say that because when you look at the best, even with Star Wars, the best content produced by both studios are like the animated universe from DC, and then with Star Wars, the Clone Wars stuff and animated stuff. Like whenever they do their stuff in an episodic basis, is when their best stuff is made.
Charlie, can I just spoil the Empire Strikes Back for James? Luke and Leia are brother and sister. I'm sorry about that.
That's not Empire Strikes Back. That's Return of the Jedi.
No, because he tells him in Empire Strikes Back.
He tells him that he's his father in Empire Strikes Back. Obi-Wan tells him that.
He tells him. He finds out from Ben. Well, actually, from
Ghost Obi-Wan.
I'm pretty sure that happens in Empire Strikes Back, doesn't it? When they're all does he not know in Empire Strikes Back? Is it not like officially said? Oh, okay. All right.
Nope.
There is
not until Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Notice says there is another.
Yeah.
But we don't know who this another is.
Right.
Until he talks to Ghost Obi-Wan.
It's like, bro, you made out with your sister, dude.
Yeah.
What? Wait.
Gross.
I kissed her.
Also, James, have you not seen Star Wars now?
Oh, he has. He's just pulling your leg.
Oh.
You were here for that joke, too. Keep up, Bat Dan. But you're letting us down already.
I can't remember what happens in those. I've watched those movies so many times, but they all kind of blend into one. The only thing I remember is that the first one starts off with Luke on Tatooine, isn't it? He's back on Tatooine. Yeah.
I've only seen the
second
sequel.
one is Cloud City. Yeah.
I've only seen the sequel trilogy. I've never seen the originals, but I hear they're really
Vodka
good.
soda, welcome. Thank you.
I agree. I agree.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry. But no, as far as Zack Snyder's concerned, I'm pretty. I would love to see him get a chance to do something in the DC universe. Do you guys? I mean, could it be? Sometimes I'm thinking like, what's this whole Black Adam situation like? Is that something that he could enter? Like, do something with The Rock further down the line? Would you like to see that?
I'd hope so.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of rumors that The Rock is desperately trying to get Henry Cavill to return and act alongside him as Superman. He wants to fight, doesn't he? He wants to fight Superman. And I mean, is that something that you guys will think will happen? Do you want to see that? Just go on, just talk amongst yourselves.
I'd like to see it.
100%, yes. I want to see that fight. I want to see that badass Black Adam Superman fights.
Yeah.
I would actually. Well, one thing I would love to see is we know that Zack Snyder has his little Superman arc. I would love that after that Superman arc, he has another Superman arc that kind of centers around the Black Adam fight.
Right. Do you think that? Go ahead, Charlie.
No,
I was going to say, do you think we're going to get news about Zack Snyder before the merger or after the merger? Because it seems like every time something happens with Warner Brothers, they do with AT&T, HBO Max, or like, oh, Jason Killars, he's going to be the savior, and then that Zack Snyder's Justice League got released, and then now it's like David Zaslav, David Lava. Do you think we'll hear before or after the merger? Is that what they're waiting for? And Zack's got in early talks now, and that's like they did with the Zack Snyder's Justice League. He was in early talks, and that's when he started teasing. So now he's teasing again, waiting for the merger to happen. What do you think?
I believe so, just to avoid
maybe after
issues. Yeah, legality issues. I guess I don't know how that works. I don't get how you can tease something but then not outright say it without getting sued. I don't know, but I'm gonna assume.
Well, do you think like we got Zack Snyder's Justice League because of HBO Max and the pandemic, but do you think we'll just get another Zack Snyder movie and then that'll be it and everyone will be let down again, or we're gonna get 2 and 3? What do you think, Bad Dan?
Yeah.
I think 2 and 3 because I think he'll just film them back to back. There'll be one more production, but they'll just film them together.
I
do. That's what he'll do.
Yeah, he has said that. Yeah, he said he'd want to do them all, kind of film them all in one go, and then edit them as as time goes on, edit them as separate movies. But that's something that the question. I can't remember who said it. I think it was you, Charlie. Whether it be you'd want it to be a movie or a series. Mm-hmm. But it would be interesting. I mean, I would like to see these on the big screen, of course, but there is a space there for Zack Snyder to basically do what the hell he wants, like and have it be released as like an 8-hour, like kind of in separate chunks, made to be seen as probably in 2 4-hour segments, but released as a series, almost like released in different parts, which was one of the ideas they were banding around about for Zack Snyder's Justice League, was to release it in different parts. And is that something you think you'd like to see? Do you think that would happen, or do you just want to see this on the big screen and it'd be like 2-3 hour long movies, for instance?
I just want to see it.
Right. I wouldn't really care.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely in the cinema. Yeah, Bad Dan. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind like you said, 8-hour experience. Like we had the 4 hours Zack Snyder's Justice League. If we had 8 hours for the 2 and 3, I think that'd be great. Just because I probably won't see it in the theater for 3 months after it comes out, so I like to see it.
Is he still involved, Hamada? Yeah, he's still there, isn't he? Technically, I suppose. But, I mean, that's the thing. Everything's gone quite quiet inside Warner Brothers as well since this merger's kind of started. Like there was talk that Toby Emmerich was going to leave and go off to one of the streaming platforms, possibly Netflix. He was talking about that went cold. Like he's still technically in charge of Warner Brothers, and Sarnoff is still there. It's at the moment it's still all the same people. The thing is though, officially, the merger I don't think it actually officially starts until like 2023 or something, isn't it? There's like a long kind of interim period. Is it 2022? So it's 2022, but there's a long interim period where it's still kind of in limbo what's going on. Like they're still technically not together yet. They're not like a fully fledged company, and I think a lot of that has to do with legal issues in the United States where you have to is all because of monopolies and things like that. They had to do this with the Disney Fox merger as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they have to go through all the FCC and all the legal red tape and everything.
Yeah,
even after money exchanges hands.
So we're probably not going to see anything or hear anything until next year, until like after that's all been solved.
I need them to get their shit together.
I think he might be just
trolling.
teasing his audience. I think he gets a little bit of like dopamine release in his brain every time he knows that he has a huge audience that loves him and is rooting for him. And maybe things didn't line up the way that he would have liked them to. And he's doing what he can and enjoying his time with the new Snyderverse that he's created with these new characters and new storylines. And he knows that we all want it. And I think he wants to do it too. So I think that's his way of saying, guys, I'm still with you guys. I didn't forget you guys. I'm working on this, but I didn't forget you guys. And it just keeps us going and be like, yeah, gives us some hope that we're going to get to see these things that we want to see. So I think it's cool. I don't think he's maliciously trolling. I think he's just throwing us a carrot. Sounds condescending, but I think he's just
like trying to keep the hype up
in a way, but also saying, guys, I'm still thinking about you. I think that's what he's doing,
Well, let's hear from the guy himself. We've got Zack Snyder waiting in the wings. I was hoping. There we go.
He is.
You're going to bring Curtis.
There's Zack Snyder.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Yeah, I was listening to Clint. I kind of think he's right. Like Zack Snyder can't really do any wrong right now.
How's it going, yo?
Hey,
Hey, Plum. Hey, Curtis. Hey, Plum.
Zack Snyder can't do any wrong at the moment.
Hi, James.
So why would he screw it up? I mean, like if he does wrong, then his.
Okay, guys, James is going to keep on cutting in unless you say hi to James. So
Hello,
both of you.
James.
There you go.
Hello, James.
They already did. What do you do? You're a bit. What?
Yeah, I was already a little bit behind, so I didn't want to miss my moment.
That's all right. You're just going to be constantly cut off by memes.
That's all right. You got to recut that meme with a bunch of Zack Snyder haircuts, and then them saying family, and that'll be the Snyder fans, of which I am one. No, don't get me wrong, of which I am one.
Also, I heard also that there's a possibility that if they can't get Henry Cavill, that they might get Vin Diesel to be Superman.
Oh God,
which would be great to see Vin Diesel and The Rock working together again. The bros get fight, and it'll be like they get to fight each other, and it's like I was just trying to get you in the game. They can play those games. It'd be fun.
All of a sudden, Superman is like in a car,
driving around everywhere with the cape on.
If they delay Black Adam,
Henry Cavill or no one
to get Henry Cavill in there, it's not going to come out till like 2056. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's been in development forever. If they try to get Henry Cavill in there, it's going to be another 20 years.
Yeah. Well, I think it sounds to me. I mean, The Rock has talked about this a lot, that he wants that to happen. So I suppose that's more of an idea for the sequel. They might tease something at the end, do what they did in Shazam, not actually show him, just show the suit.
Yeah, the suit.
If I remember right, I think like one of the only weaknesses Superman has in the comics is magic. So like using Black Adam, like that dude for him to like I'm sorry, I want to cry because DC to me has the best stories, even over Marvel, but they just can't get the shit together to get the good content out. Like the story is so dope.
It's always a misconception about Superman. He's not weak. He's not weak to magic. He's just susceptible to magic because everybody is.
Yeah.
No, he's vulnerable to magic. Like
But
Wonder
he can
Woman's
defeat
sword
it from
can
a-
cut him.
No, he's not vulnerable.
He's not.
Yeah, he
particularly
is. Wonder Woman's
It's
sword.
not particularly
Wonder Woman's
vulnerable,
sword
though.
can cut him.
Well, no, he can cut
restore
him.
his magic.
Yeah, it can cut him. But everybody's vulnerable to magic in DC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
Superman's not
He
vulnerable
can
to
defeat it from
anything
a
except
distance.
kryptonite. Well, Superman's not vulnerable to anything except kryptonite.
Yeah,
So he's supposed to be like invincible except magic.
Yeah,
like
right.
in Kingdom Come when he fought Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
like, and he was starting to get like blood coming from his ears and
yeah,
stuff.
get
So, and if you watch
blood
the
beat.
Shazam, was it Superman and Shazam animated cartoon, and he goes up against
the short
Black Adam,
Yeah.
the short was amazing. That and the Spectre short. But anyways,
Yeah, it was.
one sec, let's mute that. Anyways, that fight between him and Black Adam really, they really accentuated the fact that he was vulnerable to magic. So, EJ, you're wrong. He's vulnerable to magic.
And what they haven't.
I'd have to agree with EJ though. He's not. It's not like he's any more vulnerable than anyone else to this same magic. Like the effects that happen to Superman would happen to everyone else. It's just
that's basically what I was saying.
The phrasing is just he's not impervious to magic.
That is more accurate.
Does that feel better?
Yeah,
but on that note,
the point is because he's Superman.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry, but the point is he's Superman. Yeah, exactly, Curtis. He's Superman. So the fact that he is vulnerable to magic is a big deal.
Oh yeah, right? it is a big deal. It is.
Yeah.
I'm not
I don't think in
that.
this universe, in the Snyder universe, I don't think he knows he's vulnerable to magic. Or did they show that in Zack Snyder's Justice League? I don't think so.
No.
Oh, the lasso of truth in that fight scene in the square.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got out of it.
Remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly though.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm sorry. I'm gonna show like my real lack of knowledge as far as Superman's concerned, because it's not. I'm gonna be honest. He's never really been a character that I've really been that interested in the comics. The only comic of his that I read was Red Sun, which I really liked, but it's a bit that's a bit different. It's a different version. It's a Russian version of Superman, but I never really understood like why is Superman so powerful? If every Kryptonian, I know there are none like around apart from General Zod, but it would mean that they would literally be able to destroy everybody in the universe just as long as they're not on their own planet. Right?
That's the whole premise.
As long as they're near Yellow Sun.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the whole point of Zod, actually.
So that's what the Invincible is like. It's what if Superman's race didn't all die, and then they would go take over the universe.
So basically but they didn't do that, right? So they didn't go and.
Well, you have to watch the second and third season. I don't want to give any spoilers to people who haven't read the comics.
Not Invincible, but Kryptonians didn't do that. They just stayed on their own planet. And did Kryptonians know that the further away they got from their planet, they'd become more and more powerful?
I don't believe.
Well,
the red sun.
They knew that the radiation of the red sun. Yeah,
like us in the red sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they told Clark that when they put him in the little baby ship.
There's a yellow sun in the solar system. Yeah.
Then the normal.
I love Krypton so fucking fast. I can fly here. Oh, come out of here!
Okay, but when with General Zod, so if you watch Man of Steel, there are more Kryptonians with him, aren't there?
Yeah,
right.
Are those the Dexmites?
Yeah. How come they're not all as strong as Superman?
Well,
because
on the
they
ship, they're still breathing Kryptonian environment. You know, the air is still Kryptonian. And whenever Superman punches Zod so much, his face shield comes off. He starts breathing the atmosphere.
And Man of Steel, yeah.
Gets a little bit more powerful.
Wow. What can I say?
Okay, Superman. Okay, all right, fine. I still think this man's a bit confusing.
Dude, it's the writer's biggest dilemma when they come on to write Superman is how do we make the story interesting? Yeah, because he's pretty much invulnerable.
How can we ground him?
You know, and it's like they end up nerfing him half the time. Unless you're Grant Morrison, then you really highlight his nature of being a beacon of light. So.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was wasn't he originally written by like two Jewish writers, like around
Canadians.
Canadians, okay. Mm-hmm. So he's he's more of an ideal.
They're Canadian Jews.
Canadian Jews.
You're right, Edward.
Oh god,
they're not mutually exclusive.
Introduced in the radio.
Oh no, they're Canadians. Canadians have a religion unto themselves.
Pay respect to Joe Siegel and Jerry Schuster.
Yeah, but he's like an ideal. He's like a symbol. It's almost like Cap, which another person I don't fuck with like that. Mm-hmm. Where like they're just meant to be perfect people because they represent this whole race of people that were, done wrong or whatever. But that's why I don't really rock with Superman like that. I think the only interesting stories are when he's dead or evil, like Doomsday or Red Sun. Same thing with Cap with the help of Yeah. If he's not snapping a neck, what is he?
Red Sun was a great story. I really enjoyed Red Sun. I think that was
Mark Miller's best story.
I was gonna say that he was one of his best stories. Yeah. And then he went to Jupiter Legacy TV show. Injustice. Okay, you want me to go on about Tom Taylor for an hour? We can talk about Injustice, those comic books. I just
they're
read.
really good. The Injustice
They're
comics
amazing.
are so good.
Tom Taylor really gets the characters of the DC universe, and I just finished the last issue of Batman the Detective, the 6-issue miniseries. It was absolutely fantastic. So go get it, go read it. And he's also started Nightwing with issue number 78, and Nightwing is finally good again.
Yeah,
Injustice was amazing.
Dick Grayson's not a
Much
secret
better than the
anymore.
movie.
Someone's internet's going a bit haywire, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
What do you say, Charlie?
That might be my phone.
It's what it sounds like.
I'm saying is Dick Grayson not a secret agent anymore in the comics?
No, he was a secret agent, and then he got shot in the head, and he lost his memory, and then he called himself Rick, and it was just really bad. And then they're finally giving Tom Taylor more books, like he did Deceased after he did Injustice.
And Deceased was good. That was really good.
Oh, it was really good. Like, Tom Taylor really gets the characters, and he's doing Superman, Son of Kal-El right now, which is really good. But yeah, Injustice, I haven't watched the animated film yet. I'm kind of afraid to, because I really liked the Injustice books and Year Zero and stuff like that. And I kind of stopped watching. I kind of stopped watching the DC animated films after Justice League War, when Green Lantern kept saying, Justice League's got this, Justice League's got this. And I was just like, oh, Jeff Johns, just give it a rest, you know? And after that, I just kind of stopped watching the animated films because, I don't know, they just took a different turn. Andrea Romano left as the voice director. Yeah, it just, I don't know. Something happened there.
There was it Justice League? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
there was a Justice League Acropolis War. Was that the last Justice League movie they did?
Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Apocalypse, yeah. And
there was a reset. A Flashpoint kind of reset.
Flashpoint was good. I liked Flashpoint.
Yeah.
And Red Sun I watched, and it was really decent.
Good. It was all right.
It wasn't as good as the book.
For me, it was the two animated DC films that I watched that I really did not like were the two Batman ones. Were Batman, the Killing Joke that they did that was awful, and then the other one was Batman, the Ninja Batman, or Batman Ninja, and
that was awesome.
No, it wasn't. It was
that was
so
great,
bad.
Edward.
Bad.
That was so batshit crazy and a really cool take on. It was just a lot of fun to watch, man. It was so good.
They got into this weird, like they were like, we really want to do anime, but just not do it right. And I just didn't like it. There was the other one they did that was a bit the other Batman animated movie that was quite similar. I'm forgetting the name now. That was done in that kind of weird.
Batman Gotham Knights. No, Batman Gotham Knight.
It was Batman Gotham Knight. That was it. Gotham Knight.
The different animation houses did it. Yeah.
There was that the other one that I think someone mentioned was the one that was set in London with like Jack the Ripper, which was
Gotham Gaslight.
Yeah, and that I actually quite enjoyed that one, but
Never watched it.
I like the comic that is that I think that's quite a cool idea. But I think the animated DC used to have terrific animated movies, and they kind of went downhill. I think the last really good one I watched was the Suicide Squad one, which was
didn't see that either.
Oh, it's the one in Arkham.
Assault on Arkham.
Yeah. That was really good, and I remember watching that right before watching Suicide Squad. I watched Suicide Squad. I was like, that animated movie was so much better.
I don't know.
Yes,
you released the haircut.
Yeah,
I stopped watching the DC animated films. I got to catch up. Even when I watched in Red Sun, I kind of just had it on the background. Usually, it's an event for me. I think my favorite out of the DC animated movies is Batman, Son of Batman. It's the first time I actually liked Damian. Yeah, and it had a really good story, really great animation, and I think that was at them at the top of their game. Yeah. Just to answer a question, sir, go ahead.
My favorite one was always Mask of the Phantasm. That's always going to be like my favorite Batman animated movie.
That was great. I saw that in theater.
So good.
So I had a question.
That boy Steve says, do the Injustice comics adapt the games too, or are they just prequel comics? They adapt the games, they continue the storyline, and then they do a prequel. They do 0 year afterwards, and then there's like a whole bunch of series. So yeah, Where's your question, Charlie?
Because you guys, I don't know if you probably aware by now, but with Marvel bringing back the X-Men 97 or the 90 series, how much? Because obviously I've seen a million interviews where with the DC AU stuff where Phil Lamar and all the other voice actors have talked about how they want to come back, and everybody like Bruce Timm and Paul Dini want to come back on it. How would you guys want to see that? Would that return? I know that's my shit. I grew up on DC with that, with the animated series stuff, like the Batman animated series, the New Adventures, Superman stuff.
Yeah, I think Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, they. Isn't he already kind of still involved? Bruce Timm.
Yeah, he worked on the Fatal Five. Like the Fatal Five movie is like a Bruce Timm Dini thing, which like they. I don't know. I thought they were coming back in full after that.
Yeah, so like I think they probably I think there aren't there more Batman animated series episodes coming with Tim and Dini both involved.
I don't know.
Nothing's been officially announced.
Okay.
But I would, Charlie, answer your question. Yeah, I would really like to see that. I'd like to see Kevin come back for the voice. Yeah, Kevin Conroy come back for the voice of Batman and Bruce Wayne. I think that would be great. He's the perfect voice. And as long as they keep it like with the black matte art style, they don't try and update it. Even if they did like the animated style from Batman and Robin Adventures that they did in later seasons, I'd be happy with that. But I really liked the style of like the early seasons. I don't know. I'd be down for it. And I don't think there'd be disappointment as long as they were like one-offs, because that's what the original series was. It was like one episode. It was each a self-contained story, but there were similar threads through it, but not like episodic television these days.
See, I want the Justice League to come back, the Justice League Unlimited series and all that stuff.
Yes,
I love seeing all the relationships combined. Yeah, that's what I want. I want that bad.
This is why I wish Sean McLaughlin came on tonight but it was date night. But he was going to come on and he would have been talking about Justice League Unlimited to the end of time. What are you going to say, Clint? Sorry.
Super Friends, man, bring that back. I'm ready.
That is coming back.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Yeah, and Spider-Man and his amazing friends. With Iceman, sliding behind him. Those were awesome. Those are awesome. And X-Men, dude, I'll watch X-Men all day long. Bring all the X-Men you got.
They're bringing that back. It's been announced.
Yeah. 97. Yeah. And I really do think Marvel is like leaning in more towards animation now than DC. Like they're not only bringing back the X-Men 97 series, but they're also doing the Spider-Man series, the animated show. They're doing a bunch of them. They're doing What If Season 2 as well. So it seems as though they know that people really like this sort of medium. Like the X-Men series was kind of what got me into Marvel, was the 97 X-Men series and the Spider-Man animated series as well. I love that
comic.
Yeah, and it's just brilliant to see them do it again.
They're building a new studio in Austin, and I think it's the Marvel studio that for animated stuff. I believe.
Nice.
But yeah, somebody was talking about that the other day. I was like, wait a minute, they're doing that here? Because I live in Austin. I'm like, yeah, up here. So that real estate in that area is gonna, I was like, holy crap, I didn't know that's right down the road.
You should take a cell phone, like 3 cell phones, 20 power banks, go hide in like the drywall when they put it up at night. And a bunch of food and water and a couple cans so you can go to the washroom, and then just hide in the drywall until they all move in. And then make like a little pinhole, right? And then we'll get someone to deliver supplies to you. And then you can just give us all the scoops. And then you can be on the stream from there.
Or he could just put like bugs, bug the place. So he doesn't have to like
that's not as fun.
You remember
I'd live in a wall.
I was talking about wanting to be Hawkeye when I was a kid. I was like, dude, I'm going in.
Just live on the roof.
And then in Clint, it won't be. What do they always say? Remember Budapest? It'll be remember Austin. It's like
I'll be like with my microphone. Okay, guys, I'm picking up some. Okay, what?
Whenever they think they hear him, he just pretends to be a weatherman.
Yeah. Oh man. No, I mean animated stuff like that is. I'm pretty sure like we're going to see more of like some DC animated stuff coming down the line. Hopefully they'll bring back some of the old like the people that are involved in like the Batman animated series and stuff like that. I'd love to see like them do more Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah,
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whether or
We're
not
gonna get the live action movie, supposedly, or
Yeah.
TV series.
A series. Yeah.
But DC's got to develop more of its characters. It's got a lot more good characters than just Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's
well, they're doing Booster Gold.
Well, I was going to say
Beetle.
Booster Gold might be a good one, and animated is a good way to kind of get into that. Like Ed was saying, you got into Marvel basically because of the X-Men cartoon. Animated is a good breakthrough for that, but they gotta branch out more.
Bring back Static Shock.
They are bringing back Static Shock. They're doing the movie. They're doing the movie, and also they are bringing in new characters like Our Man, of course. It's like Walter Hamada's favorite character of all time. They're bringing in Our Man, and there are a couple of other characters that they're looking in. I mean, they really
Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle.
Plastic Man.
That'd be nice.
So they are starting to do more of that sort of stuff, which I actually think is a good thing because I think Blue Beetle's really interesting. It's the guy from what's it? Not Karate Kid. What's it called? The Cobra Kai series. He's
really?
He's playing Blue Beetle.
No way.
Yeah, so it's
nice.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Well, I think it's really good casting. Personally, I think he's a good actor. He's obviously got karate experience as well, so maybe he'd be good at the action scenes. Yeah, but the Static Shock movie is being produced by Michael B. Jordan. I'm not sure. He might direct it, but I'm not sure what's going to happen there. He's got a lot on, so he's got the next Creed movie he's directing.
Scarface.
Yeah, Is he directing Scarface?
He's directing Scarface.
No, he's in
Scarface.
Scarface remake?
Yeah, that's now Scarface. I think it's Luca Guadagnino, isn't it? The guy that did Call Me by Your Name. That's starring.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan is starring it though. Yeah,
he's starring it.
I do want to address the Dark Knight Returns Flashpoint animated movies were pretty awesome. Yeah, Flashpoint was great. Dark Knight Returns not so much, especially because Peter Weller sounded drunk the whole time.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I swear he was drunk in that recording booth. I was like, oh man, and I love Peter Weller.
Drunk Batman is the best Batman.
Yeah.
I am the knight.
I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, right?
He temporarily forget his no killing code, and he just beat. Actually, he does beat the shit out of Joker in the Dark Knight Returns. So
yeah,
maybe that's
I don't know.
What we were going for.
The whole movie was.
Batman didn't really have that no killing code. In fact, if you really think about it, all the live action movies Batman has killed. So Batman killing is kind of like at this.
See, he's killed a majority of the shit he's been in. I don't just not a lot. Where's the line between paralyzing somebody for life and them dying? I don't know the line there.
Well, we know
that's always talked about in the comic books. That point.
We know that Michael Keaton's Batman definitely killed a lot of people in his Batman movies. Christian Bale's not. I don't think so much.
He blew people up.
Batman Begins. He burned down the warehouse. Ra's al Ghul died. He killed Two-Face. He killed Talia al Ghul. He's killed people despite his no killing code.
The regular,
but most of it is just like, I'm not going to save you from this crashing like train and stuff, stuff like that.
You mean the one about Oz?
Yeah, that's true. There's Our Man.
He was driving through the streets with a tank, shooting missiles and shot at a tank and blowing people up.
Well, maybe then maybe the most accurate Batman would be like Val Kilmer or George Clooney, because they killed the least people.
But didn't Clooney's Batman have like
nipples? Yeah, he had nipples.
He also had a credit card.
Val's had nipples.
Yes.
Val's costume had nipples too.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Did Clooney?
I've got nipples, fucker. Can you milk me?
Did Clooney's Batman have like a machine gun in the front of his Batmobile? Like,
probably.
Which one was that?
Yeah. I think
where he just he fishtails into the scene.
Keaton had machine gun too, because he shot the doors off of Axis Chemicals at the start.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So basically, yes, you're right. All Batmen kill. There isn't a single one, and that's
Adam West. What about Adam West?
Adam West. That's it. There you
There you
go. Adam
go.
West.
The only one.
He killed a shark.
Yeah, the shark.
Killed the
Yeah.
shark.
spray.
But he
Yeah.
was he used
No,
that shark bat repellent spray.
You
Yeah.
use shark repellent.
Robin,
What was there for?
hand down the bat shark repellent spray.
What do you think was in the repellent though? That shark's
Oh.
dead. That shark's
That's-
Oh,
dead.
he did. Oh, he blew up, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, I think it ended up being like a shark robot, not even a real shark. I think
Yeah, it
there's
wasn't.
some line where they say it's a shark robot.
Yeah. So then basically it gets explained away.
Yeah.
Or one kill.
They retconned the shark. Come on. That's the best part of Batman's mythology. Let me see if I can find that image.
Peter was on the
great.
phone. They were one number away from bleeding on your ass.
The amount of time it takes Robin to hand down, you know, he gets in the acrobatic position. He didn't even have to do that. He could have just went down the ladder and handed it down. Now he's got to hang upside down, and then it's like he's got to hand it to him, and Batman's like, "Okay, I got it. I finally got it."
The thing I love most about the Adam West Batman is that he literally just puts bat in front of everything. He's like, hand me the bat rope. We need to go into the Batcopter. It's like literally all it is a rope, a helicopter.
I'm going to the bathroom. Hand me the bat toilet paper.
The bat toilet paper. He's really like, we were talking about branding for Hawkeye, but Adam West's Batman is all about branding.
The show was better though. The movie was pretty bad. It's funny.
Yeah,
but you know the show,
show had a lot of
like,
dancing.
I grew up on the show.
No, the show was great.
How come?
There you go.
There you go.
Lightsaber. Oh my God.
My question about this, I've seen this for years. My question about this piece of art is, what is going on with Batman's legs here?
He's
Don't
very
be squatting
flexible.
like that.
I think he
Yeah.
only has one
Where's
leg.
the shark's fin?
He's been doing Van Damme stretches. He's got it down.
Where's the other leg though? That's his right leg.
I
Where's the
know
left?
there's bubbles there, unless it's like completely wrapped
No,
around.
but you can see the water on the very edge there. Like
Never
where
mind the
is his leg?
lightsaber. Never mind the
Yeah,
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
It's his legs. Yeah.
It's inside it's inside the shark's blowhole.
Looks like he did some training at Magic City.
Hey, is Batman a Sith? All of a sudden, what happened there?
He would be.
He would be.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Would he
maybe
though?
not.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
maybe
seen?
not.
Have you ever
I
seen
don't
that
know, that killing code?
Would he be
that
great?
fan film with Batman versus Vader?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Bat,
Oh,
and
no.
Bat and the Sun do some good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
really
really
good.
in 2 seconds.
There's
I thought
two,
you were
two
talking
different
about-
endings.
I thought you were talking about the
there's
one
two
of
different
Batman.
endings. Superman.
I like the ending where Superman comes in. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the one with Batman, Alien, and Predator. That was
That
was
one's
re-
epic.
That
Yeah,
one
that
is
one's
so
good too.
cool.
Yeah. By
Oh, I
Sandy
love-
Cholera.
The
Yeah, that was
Wolverine
a
and
great
Batman
film.
is good too.
See, now I'm hungry now.
Bat
I'm
and
picking
Sun.
blanket so bad now.
Gotta get
You
that
get-
Vin Diesel on a bun.
You should get yourself a Bat burger, Charlie.
That's
But,
gonna be fire. I need a
Hey,
Hamada.
Or a Hamada burger.
What they were trying to do. Once they said, okay, we got a few subscribers.
Hamada burger.
if you watch that whole thing, it's like the burger he makes looks delicious as well.
looks
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
look like a Hamada burger at all.
And no, it just looks like a really good burger.
I imagine a Hamada burger looking like the worst McDonald's burger.
That Batman looks like
Oh, that's
a
good.
South Park character.
It's just great. It's great to think. It's great to think that
He's molesting that shark.
That shark did not get consent at all. He did not get his consent.
there you go.
Pow.
Where are you finding
And
all of
why?
these?
Damn. It's like, bitch,
The
you
dark
want
web.
money?
The dark web.
Yeah.
So you've been out here in this corner all
The
day.
bad web.
and ain't nobody.
So now it's like Batman's got to fight King Shark, right?
Yeah.
That would make sense now.
That would
How's
actually
that not
make sense.
happening?
In the animated series, he fights King Shark and actually uses shark repellent.
Are you serious?
What? Yeah.
Did I miss this episode?
How did I miss that? Yeah.
It was
what
the
hell?
fourth episode with Damian Wayne and where King Shark was introduced. King Shark lost all control because he smelled blood, and then Batman came in and actually sprayed shark repellent on him.
Dang it. I would have to look that one up.
Oh,
There's the
man.
children's book. Kind of stickers.
Say, bitch,
My kind of book.
Bat branding.
Yeah.
Question
Bat
is,
thirst.
how comfortable with bat pajamas though?
How come what?
Hey, I had bat pajamas with a cape.
So I can just
I
imagine.
probably still have some somewhere.
Was it like a felt cape? All comfy
Oh yeah,
and cozy?
you know, with the Velcro.
Oh, beautiful.
I did that on my bat shirt, and I ripped out the Velcro stuff. Right, because it's like really like hard after you wash it after a while. So
they did that.
Now
on
there's
my
no
Superman.
cape.
Now,
I heard you guys.
All I have in
Safety
my head
pin it.
now is an image of Adam West Batman going, "Robin, help me get out of my out of my bat pajamas."
Your bat pajamas?
My bat pajamas.
Hand me the bat slippers, Robin.
Robin, where are the bats? There definitely was a bit of a homoerotic vibe, I think, between Batman and Robin in that show.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
I hope not. Wasn't Robin like 15? I hope not.
Underage.
Yeah,
Come on,
definitely. I mean,
Uh-oh.
well, come on. It is about a guy that dresses up at night going around with an underage guy that he also gets to dress up.
Oh,
We both wear
Yes,
underwear.
I do, but I've never worn it. I don't like onesies. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but it was a nice
feet.
gift from Spooky.
Feet.
I have a Batman onesie too. I went skydiving in it.
Oh wait,
An
whoa,
airplane.
Nice.
Whoa. You went skydiving in a onesie?
Did you have a grapple gun?
What else would
Onesie,
you
a
wear?
Batman onesie.
That's not me being disgusted. That's me in admiration of like,
Yeah,
God,
that's like
you're a
awesome.
badass.
I mean, okay, it's not the mask.
The
is
best
a
thing I've
separate
done in a
component,
Batman
but
costume was trick or treat.
Right?
I was too old to trick or treat when I got the costume, unfortunately.
You're never too old to trick or treat. Take candy.
Exactly.
Spooky and I saw a clip of someone that had like, it looked like a kid. It was like a kid statue, probably made out of paper mache, and he put it on the person's doorstep, and he rang the doorbell, and the kid statue is holding the bag, so they put the candy in the bag, and then the guy just picks it up and goes to the next house. Gotta do that next year. Yeah.
That'll still
Oh my
kids
God.
trick or treating, so that'll look weird.
You
Like,
definitely
we
have the
bargained-
cops
we
called on you.
bargained Yeah.
My son and I went as Batman and Robin. Actually, a guy was handing out candy as Batman. He's like, "Oh, I found me a Robin." I was like, "Get your own Robin." Yeah, good stuff.
Oh man! All right.
I'm looking forward to the Book of Boba Fett. I got my
Yeah.
new
Hell
suit
yeah.
and everything for it.
Oh, dude, nice shirt.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that
I'm
was a
super
score.
fired up for that.
Hey,
Oh my god. Is that the onesie you have, Bat Dan?
No. Oh.
that's me and my wife when we role play.
Oh God. Oh God.
That's I thought that was the costume you did.
Oh, well, no, I don't have the full costume on. Sorry, that's the Starfleet. That's Captain Batman.
Is
We
anybody
got
excited
two more guests joining in a few minutes, and let me mute my mic so Clint can talk.
I was gonna say Peacemaker. Anybody excited about that? I think that comes out in January.
Oh, did you see the new trailer today?
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
you laughed.
Oh yeah, new trailer. I'm
You
like,
laughed at
nah,
that one. I'm not ready for that.
plum. I think it could be fun.
It could be.
I
mean,
please
are we
don't
going to be
give
able
us
to
a
see
bunch
him
of
though?
dick and fart jokes. Like,
Well,
please.
yeah, of course that would work.
I'm not mad at it. I'm just like priorities though. We have a million other people I would need
Yeah.
need shows before.
Like
Peacemaker.
we could have like any type of Green Lantern. We can have
give me John Stewart. Green
Booster.
Lantern.
Yeah, I'd love to see a Booster movie or something. Yeah, there we
The
go.
Green
Oh my
Lantern
God.
from Tobey
The
Maguire.
new Green Lantern.
Them as a Black Lantern.
It's Black Lantern, yeah, I think. But
Necron Lantern?
we are getting a Green Lantern series, aren't we? It's coming to
Yeah,
HBO.
yeah, we
Max.
are getting that.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
why we
It
couldn't
might
have
play
Green
better
Lantern
as
in
a
the Snyder
series.
cut.
Have they
I
announced
guess.
like which Lantern it'll be, or is it going to be like a compilation?
It's going to be like a cop show, I heard, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be a. It's not
Different Green Lanterns. On
It's different. It's a
episodes.
bunch. It's a bunch
That's
of
what it's
different
supposed to
Green
be.
Lanterns. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's Green Lantern Core. That's what it is. It's going to be
Yeah.
like kind of with Green Lanterns from different planets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there will be
Different sectors.
Yeah.
I hope they actually do parallax.
That'd be sick.
This show is the first one that's going to be produced under J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot label, so it'll be the first.
Flare.
It'll be the first glimpse. Yeah,
he has so many opportunities. There's so many stars in space. It's gonna be just like blasting your face.
Yeah.
You're gonna need sunglasses to watch the show.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be full of
lens flares.
Yeah.
Edward, I was gonna ask you. Last show you mentioned you were in a bunch of short films. What were they called?
Yeah, well, actually, one of the what was one of the? I've got to ask the director because he made a bunch of them. Well, he made all of them. I don't know. I can't remember the name actually. It was terrible though. I don't want you to watch it because it's so bad.
I want to clip it, man.
I can send you. I probably can send you some clips. I think I have a reel of scenes from it. It's not good.
Do we have a blooper reel?
I want to see.
Oh man, this is. I've got to ask him to send it to me because he sends it to.
I tried finding it. I tried.
Well,
I was looking up in YouTube and Google like Edward Lauder short film.
No, it's on Vivo.
Short film starring Edward Lauder.
It's
on
Vimeo. It's on Vivo, whatever it's called.
Vimeo.
Vimeo, that's it. But the only way you can get into it is if you have a password, and I'm not going to give you the password.
Give us the password, man.
No. It was more of a kind of what's the word? It was stylistically it's not really my thing. But you know, it was fun. It was fun to do. Filmed it in the place we were living in London. And yeah, maybe one day I'll send you the reel.
So tonight you're gonna send it to me, right?
All right, we're gonna put that up.
No, I literally. Why don't we play it on this podcast right now? Let's play it live right now.
Let's do it.
Ed,
you know it's on your computer.
Ed, you know the longer you wait, the bigger it's gonna get. I'm just saying, you might as well throw it out there now, or it's gonna be.
We're just gonna generate hype.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hashtag release the Edward cut.
I don't think it's literally like not anywhere. You're never gonna find it.
Bring back
the louder. James will find it.
You just gave a bunch of people that are good at computers a mission. Yeah. You just gave a bunch of people that are good at computers a challenge.
I'm not good. So there's at least 4 people, 5 people.
What's the name? What's the name?
The name is Spirals, is what it's called.
Spirals.
But whether you can find it, directed
James,
by Alex.
He's already.
It's not like that.
Directed by Alex
on a
Castan.
mission.
The quarterback movie.
If you go Alex Castan.
In a world. Is that how it starts?
Oh, it's not like that Chris Rock Spiral.
In a world.
Was it in 2012?
No.
It was no.
It spirals
2019.
out of control. Coming this summer. Edward Lauder in Spirals.
The Marksman.
Edward Lauder is a carrot in. What was that?
Edward Lauder is Edward Lauder in an Edward Lauder produced production of Edward Lauder.
Starring Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, hi, Mark.
He needs a mask.
Yo, Clint, you look a little like Hawkeye.
Yeah, you do.
You and Jimmy Renner related?
Yeah. Well, my name's Clint.
Clint is
Liam Neeson is the mailman.
That was
nice callback. Nice
I've got a
callback.
particular set of skills.
I love that. That was
a good one.
Liam
That was a good
Neeson
one.
is
The mailman.
The window cleaner. What?
I am the window cleaner. I have come
The salesman.
windows.
The dryer duct Cleaner.
The Venetian blind salesman.
Yeah.
Too late for me to do that voice. I can't.
Come on, Edward, do it.
It's just the whole thing about Liam Neeson. He's like I don't know where he's ever meant to be from, but every time he's in a movie, he literally just does. He just sounds completely Northern Irish.
When he's in Ted, it trips me out when he's in Ted.
Ed, you sound pretty American right
cereal.
Yeah, I know. That's the Northern Irish accent is kind of part American, I suppose.
This is acting chops coming out.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so many. The accent was like depending where you are in the United States. Yeah, it's like the accent
Deep
like
South, like I am.
Probably. I mean, it could be an amalgamation of a bunch of different like Yorkshire accents and not Irish accents.
I guess Boston.
Boston is Irish.
Boston?
Definitely. Yeah.
I know they're Irish,
Boston,
but they
Boston.
also kind of sound like. Well, I shouldn't say what they sound like.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
Canadians.
Sorry.
No,
sorry.
Canadians sound sometimes worse.
No, yeah, Canadians pronounce their R's. Boston, there's no R's.
Yeah, there's no R's. Exactly.
Hey guys, I got to head out because I gotta get this video up so I can get to sleep by a reasonable time.
All right, love you, Charlie.
Bye, Charlie.
That was fast.
He's gone.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Dude, you just leave. Yeah.
Man.
Thank you guys for having me on.
I'm going for real.
Thank you guys for having me on. I love
Subscribe to the Then and Now podcast, right?
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I forgot about that. I do have a podcast, don't I? Yeah, it's crazy.
Where can people find you, Charlie?
Yes, you guys can find us at the Then and Now podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're on Twitter, but I gotta act interactive on that. TikTok. We're on pretty much everything.
You're on OnlyFans as well, yeah? It's like,
oh yeah. Oh no. So we're starting a Patreon
stuff.
Our nudes are gonna be on Patreon. We're doing nudes and all that fun stuff on Patreon.
So massive money spin.
Gotta make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do whatever you gotta do.
The paper.
By any means necessary. But
is that where
thank you guys for
all the pics are gonna be?
I'll see you, Charlie.
Yes, sir. You guys be safe.
Thank you.
Put a link in
Thank
the
you for
comments. To subscribe.
Yeah. You drop a link. Hold up.
Right.
So I found this.
What have you found?
James. James always knows what you're doing.
That is
after
actually
dark.
You should do trailers.
Liam Neeson is the net nerd.
Oh, okay, this is what you.
set of skills.
Okay, here we go. Who is that guy?
Oh my God!
It's Simulu.
It's Edward Locke.
He's showing this here. This is gonna get clipped for sure now.
Clint's back.
Yeah. Okay. And then go again, and then push.
Okay.
Action.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now he's Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I found all this raw footage when I took apart my MacBook. That's my cousin Nick fighting Simu.
You guys are back closer, but
cool.
yeah.
I bet you he was in the theater like, I fought that guy.
Action.
I beat the crap out of that guy.
Yeah.
That was a good slide.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then you can see me in the background here.
He hasn't changed.
Circle.
Yeah, I'm filming.
Where is James?
Yeah.
Where is it?
This is like the worst game of Where's Waldo.
We got butt crack.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Or I could even, when I get behind him, I could snap.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was Simu filming that first shot there. But what's this?
It's pretty cool though.
Action.
It was a really cool place because they had all these Hummers and helicopters and stuff.
What movie is that for?
And it was a short film that we shot while we were waiting for our scene in a Tomb Raider fan film to be done, which I will show you 1 second here. I will show you where I get shot with the shotgun. And Simu
cool.
He speaks in an English accent. So, but hey, Vince, how's it going?
Hey guys.
Hey Vince.
Good to see everybody.
Before
How you guys doing?
we, how you doing, Clint? Do you gotta head out for your show, or are you gonna do your show afterwards?
I think he's gone already.
Curtis, maybe he had to run an errand.
Baker.
Okay. Good to see you again, Vince.
Likewise. A lot of people here today.
Yeah, there are.
Hello.
Yeah, it's a jam.
Hello there.
Hello there.
So what do you guys I saw you guys showing some clips and stuff like that. Is that stuff you filmed?
This is stuff
Yeah,
that James has built with
James is about to get
Shang-Chi.
shot.
Yeah, it's from the next Shang-Chi movie.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi in the desert with Hummers.
So what's the next topic? Are you guys are you continuing to talk about the filming there?
We're just BS.
I'm gonna show this one thing here.
What's the film for?
This is a short Tomb Raider fan film in Toronto that had some pretty financial backing, and it premiered on Game Trailers. And
that's cool.
I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'll try and cue it up as much as possible.
Just the part where you get shot.
Yeah. No, not there. I was already shot. Right here.
You're dead already. Damn it.
No.
Still dead.
We got to be careful, man. We'll get those strikes. Now let me
Always
just go
gotta
back
pull the
here.
gun from the butt cheek.
There I am.
There he is.
And let's get some
shot.
Simu action in here.
Yeah, here we go. A little bit before the shotgun blast.
Right there.
Hawkeye.
Alive at least.
Who are you?
It looks like a
I'm
twig.
alive, at least.
Is that a twig?
Lara, when last, I told you you weren't going to leave this island.
And that's my cousin Nick right there. Yeah.
Okay.
That was quite the experience.
Cool.
That was funny.
That's brilliant.
But yeah,
You just
so I
need
don't
a
know what I'm
clip
gonna do
of
with
you getting
that.
shot over and over.
Right? I don't know what I'm gonna do with that raw footage, because when I was editing at the time, the equipment I was on was very limited. Like I have shots of Simu running, where like people would be sniping him and explosions and all that stuff. I think it'd be funny to put up as one of his.
You did all of that together, James, and now he doesn't answer your texts.
Nope.
He's
a movie star now.
He's a big time movie star now, and he just forgets about.
Is he?
The little guy.
Is he shot by a shotgun for his?
He is.
Well, he definitely won't be playing a Brit in any of his upcoming films. I can tell you
I
that.
hope not.
I want to see that now.
Edward, how was that accent versus what's her name from Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Oh, Amber Heard.
Yeah, there we go.
To be honest, Amber Heard's is better. I'm gonna give her that one.
Oh, you're gonna give her that.
I'm gonna give her that
her
one.
name. Oh,
Amber Heard. There
too
we
many
go.
of these.
Now this video will definitely be taken down now that we've mentioned her name more than once.
Oh no, Amber Heard.
Uh-oh.
The algorithm.
That was
Heard
pretty
pull
good.
it. I'm gonna.
No, but actually, what I know that if it does feel like this is me kind of shitting all over Amber Heard, but I will say one thing about one thing about that nightmare sequence. One thing about the nightmare sequence
I'm not shitting on you.
She might shit on your bed first though.
She's terrible in that scene. She's terrible in it. And what I will defeat all people, and then she's going around with two bloody boxes of water. I'm like, so you're only useful if you carry around two bloody boxes of water in a fucking nightmare.
But she's wearing the shit out of that suit though, son.
Yeah, that's not an excuse. Her character in that scene is useless.
Oh, that's one of the best rants.
I love it.
It's all true though.
Yeah,
her character
doubling down.
Her character is shockingly bad in that scene. Like that nightmare sequence. She kind of did ruin it for me, because I was like, what is the point of you?
Her being there, other than Aquaman being dead.
Yeah, like honestly, she's and the whole English accent
You
thing.
think she has to have water
Yeah.
to do anything. And it looks
in
like
a
it's
desert.
pretty damn dry
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. And she's got
Hey,
those
maybe somebody could pee.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
when the first Aquaman movie.
What do you guys
Could've
think
just
of her
peed on
overall?
it.
Huh?
What do you guys think of her overall as an actress?
Nah.
Well, we know
that
she's in.
What is she in again?
Justice League.
Ah,
Drive
there
Angry.
you go.
Is she
That's
in
the only
Drive
thing I
Angry?
remember. Drive Angry?
Was that a film she was
I don't
in?
even think I've seen that one either.
She was in. I cannot remember any other film she was in apart from Aquaman and Justice League.
Which is the one where she would change her looks every so often throughout the film. She was like an assassin, or she killed people on the way. She had somebody working for her, like I don't know if it was undercover. It's been so long since I've seen this movie.
3 Days to Kill, was it the one with Kevin Costner?
It might be. It might be.
Yeah, I think it might be that one.
She was like
she was in
She was
Pineapple
forgettable
Express.
too.
She was in
I
Pineapple
watched it,
Express. Yeah,
and I don't remember her.
She's very
I don't remember anything
forgettable.
else.
Yeah, she is definitely.
She's
is one.
very
I still
forgettable.
think she's hot. That's what
Absolutely.
as far as
Yeah,
I can
well,
I mean, you say that.
you know.
I think she's very basic, kind of hot.
Another pretty
looking.
face.
Yes, not really. I
Well,
mean,
not all of us live in Paris, Edward. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't just have eye.
We need
She's
some
in
women on
the
the show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a
She was in the
sausage
MC.
fest sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
My wife is uninterested, so there's a no-go for
Well,
that.
Spooky's gonna join us soon, I think.
Yeah, Spooky.
Yeah.
Look at me. I live in Paris. I've got supermodels out walking around everywhere.
And they don't shave their underarms.
They do. They do. I have to
Omelette
say,
du fromage.
during Paris Fashion Week, this place is an interesting place to be. I have to say, if you like to look at models. Yeah.
Really?
Fellas, I got a dip, man. I had fun with you guys
Just
today.
type into you.
Vince,
Hey,
it's
Clint,
good to
I
see you,
barely
brother.
got to see you, man.
Yeah, man.
Right. I
It's so
think
good
I've
to see you
also,
again, but
I've also got to go.
probably only
'cause
for a
it's
few
3 o'clock
minutes.
in the morning. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
maybe
we
next-
got Mikey. We got Mikey coming on in 5 minutes.
I really got to go to bed. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I've got to go. But yeah,
Only
Clint
three.
and I are going to go.
Fellas, you guys have a good time.
Yes.
I'm gonna when you get done hanging out here, come over and check out my channel. I'll be streaming with Curtis with CB3 here in a little bit. So, but you guys have fun. Say hello to Mikey for me, and I'll be watching. I'm just gonna do a long countdown timer so I can watch you guys hang out, and then eat my my dinner with a long countdown timer, and then I'm gonna start the stream. So. You guys have a great night. Always good to see everybody in the chat, and I'll see you next week. Later, fellas. I'm out.
You too, man.
Thanks, Clint.
Later, Clint.
Okay. I'm not going to do as massive goodbye as he did. I'm just going to say
Bye.
Where did he? Oh, I cut him off, but then he cut himself off at the same time.
cut-
I ruined his bit.
He was trying to.
I'm sorry, Edward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you cut me
Hey,
off.
it's still
Ruined
worked.
or made better?
It still worked.
So you say Mikey? Do you mean Mikey Sutton, Mikey?
Yeah, he's coming on.
Oh, nice.
He's just got a case of the allergies. Yeah, Batman, you do know I run Geekosity with Mikey, right? I'm the guy behind the
no,
scenes.
I actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the one who
James
built the
is
site,
the man.
approves all the articles, does all the social media, coordinates with Mikey. for the
Proofreads
scoop.
everything.
The
Oh
execution.
wow, you do a really good job.
Yeah,
That's me. So
James
it's me
does
and
a
Mikey,
lot
and
of
then
stuff you
and
don't
then
know about.
still handles the YouTube aspect of it with Mikey.
Yep.
So yeah.
Like, because I watch
All right,
Phil
guys.
show all
We
the
need
time.
another super team Megaforce, man. Another couple of those.
Yeah, that would
those
be
are great.
great.
And those got me through some hard times. They really did.
I'm gonna
They
jump
made
over-
me crack up every time I watch every episode. It was just laughs the whole entire time. The Seal's laugh is infectious. Like
I know. He's
God,
working
like,
right
and he
now. I
starts
tried to get him
laughing.
on. Yeah.
He starts
he's working
laughing.
right
It's just like everybody laughs, and you
Mhm.
can't help it. Even my
I'm
dogs
gonna-
are laughing.
I'm gonna jump over there to Clint's channel. If y'all want to talk some Spider-Man when y'all are done here, just holler at us. Come on over.
All
right.
Well, he's got to eat first, so it'll be a little bit wild, but I'll pop in
Yeah.
when you guys are on.
For
All
sure.
right.
I need
All
a
right.
Thanks,
refill.
DB.
Later, guys.
All right, man.
Adios.
Okay, Plum. Whoops. Sorry, Plum. All right,
What'd I
Plum.
do?
Nothing. You're the assistant editor. You are
He's the
part of Small Screen
assistant to
now.
the assistant.
So you can take the reins on this and head the discussion for a little bit till Mikey gets here.
Oh, is that the case?
Oh, yeah.
Is that really what's going to be happening?
Guess
What are we discussing?
So, what did y'all have for dinner?
Pork chop, mashed
had some
potatoes,
soup.
and carrots.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah, here we go. We're talking about food.
All right,
Know
no, but
what?
Are we
for
all
real,
going
though?
to take pictures and post them on the internet?
Yeah.
No, nothing weird like that. But
No,
something
okay.
I did want to discuss on this. I guess this is a podcast, but is what does everyone think of the Carnage movie, the Venom and Carnage movie?
I haven't got
Am
to
I
see
the
it.
only one with a
rated
really
R?
low opinion of it?
I haven't got to see it yet.
Not bad, not good.
Really, you're kind of like holding on to a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's my two main issues. One, it should have been rated R. Two, it should have been longer. I feel like they rushed Carnage's explanation. And
Yeah,
They do that
I
in a lot
know
of
Carnage
movies
is a
now.
dark character. Like Carnage is not someone you can do in a PG-13 movie.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely
just
not.
exactly. He's a murderer.
Well, see,
Yeah.
my issue with kind of all the Spider-Man storylines that are out is that they all sort of have to stem from the Spider-Man stories. So like Venom was done poorly. He's campy as all hell. Like I absolutely cannot stand the voice with which he speaks.
Yeah.
I
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
I can't deal with it. So like half the time I was just gritting my teeth trying to get through this movie.
You know, it's a Venom movie, and you know,
And-
if it's Venom, I feel like I just want to watch it over and over, but I haven't been able to.
No, it's absolutely terrible. I feel like it should have been a Spider-Man movie rated R.
Yeah, exactly.
But apparently, I guess Spider-Man movies can't be rated R. I think I actually heard this from Mikey, actually.
Yeah.
He can correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently when Sony bought Spider-Man films, part of the rights to Spider-Man, part of the agreement was that they wouldn't make any Spider-Man films rated R.
Why would they make that agreement? some of the best storylines are like
are pretty dark.
really like grown up shit. Like you can't really soft pedal Carnage. First of all,
Yeah.
You really can't.
I miss the 80s.
I mean, not everything
What
can
would
be
have happened
produced
then,
by
you know?
cocaine, but
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
that's pretty much the only reason Flashdance exists.
Is the new Batman rated R? I think it is, right? I don't remember.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. No, I don't
know. I have no idea because
I haven't even seen the rating on it. Not that I remember.
I just don't want to watch too many trailers. So that's
There's
why
no rating on it yet.
no rating.
Okay.
Not yet rated.
Please be rated R.
I'm scared to watch trailers today because they give away so
because They
much,
give the whole movie away.
right?
I mean, it's like, dang. Well, okay. Well, I guess I don't need to watch it.
Yeah. When I sense they're heading in that direction, I cut it off. You know, if it catches my attention and I want to see it, and I go, okay, they're starting to give away everything. So I just try to cut it off as soon as I can. But they have the tendency of doing that so much nowadays. I don't know why.
Yeah, my favorite version of a trailer is the ones where they just show you like maybe one shot, and then that's just enough to like wet your taste buds.
The Matrix trailer could have been Neo standing there at a coffee shop, and the title.
Well, to be fair,
just getting
with
coffee,
the Matrix, yeah, but with the Matrix trailers and the clips and everything, they're not giving away too much way giving away too much.
That's what's great
The
about
Matrix, they've always been really good with that, with the teases that way. But I will say the last clip that I did watch, the Deja Vu one, that gave quite a bit away. A lot of the theories were confirmed in that, if that's the case. But
Well, if Doogie
I really
Howser
love the
isn't-
Matrix.
If
It
Doogie
comes
Yeah, I
out
Howser
really
isn't
love.
Smith,
birthday.
then
so
I'm gonna be
happy about
disappointed.
What'd you say there, EJ?
that. It comes out a day before my birthday. I'm so happy.
Oh, nice! Happy early birthday. But I just don't want them to give any more plot points away, unless that is a misdirection. If that is, then I'll be happy. But yeah, Barry says they gave away the whole film in that. I think so. And CB3 says, Vince, did you see Eternals? I haven't seen it yet, but did you see it, Vince?
Well, I started watching about 10 minutes of it, and I kind of turned it off.
I'm okay.
I gotta
well,
try again. I'm gonna try again. I just didn't.
What did you think of that
I wasn't
10
feeling it. I don't know. You know when a movie opens up and you're like, all right, get on with it. You know when they started fighting the monsters and stuff.
Let it go, Dan.
But no.
I don't
It's just,
know.
it's not
I'll
so
try to
much
sit down again.
Let it.
We're talking about it hasn't left theaters yet though. So how could you have turned it off? That's more what I'm.
Like
saying.
I said, let it go, Dan.
Yeah, it's a reputable site, you know.
Okay, I guess
I did it
Day.
out of curiosity, because I wasn't gonna watch it in the theater anyway. You know, so I go, let me just get a little taste of it and see what this is all about.
If I
And
do, then maybe I'll go see it. If I don't,
but
then I'll
I didn't
when
watch it,
comes
so
out.
if that's any consolation. You know?
It's an okay
Yeah,
movie.
I
It's
was
not
curious about your
fantastic.
take.
On the
I was
movie?
curious about your take, Vince. Yeah, because you're a huge Kirby fan and a huge Eternals fan. So
Yeah, well, I mean, the preview shows enough for me to get a more or less a sense of where they're headed. Although, of course, I can be totally wrong. But first of all, as I had spoken to you guys before, it's not the original Eternals that I grew up with, which is the first ones. Those were my favorites. Everything else that came after, I found. I mean, I didn't even bother reading them. Story-wise, they could have been pretty good. But as far as the character interpretations and stuff like that, because I'm more on the visual side of it. I didn't find them very appealing. I found them weak looking in design. I think the John Romita Jr. ones were, that series looked pretty interesting, and I like the way he handled it. I mean, it was a different take, but I thought it was pretty cool. But I think the other ones, I wasn't too excited. And this Eternals, I have no idea why they changed them so much. I guess maybe for movies you have to do certain things. But I let me see. Athena, she was a pretty good choice. Although as far as looks, I would have chosen who's the blonde we were just talking about? What's her name again?
Amber Heard.
Yeah, Amber Heard for the look. Now, as far as her acting, well, I don't know. But her look, I think, as far as the comic book, she has the perfect look for Athena. Cersei, she's perfect. I just wish she would have been younger. But I don't know about the accent. I don't know.
Well,
but it's passable, The other characters, Icarus, he doesn't even look like Icarus. Icarus is blonde. Why'd they get a guy with dark hair? Here are the things that go through my head, And the other people, I have no clue who they are. Although I think the kid is supposed to be the one from the original series, who can transform himself into different creatures or something. Is that what happened in the movie with that character?
Let's try and keep it spoiler free though too, because I still haven't seen it. And I really want to watch
No,
it.
I'm not going to give anything away because I haven't even seen the movie. I'm just talking about the original
that was not
Kirby
it
character.
with the character. That's
Huh?
all I'll say. That was not it with the character.
Oh, okay. Well, what did you guys see it?
No.
Obviously,
None of you
Batman
see it?
has. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to ask you guys what you thought of it, because
Oh, we've got another guest here. Where is that clip?
Family, 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 family.
Family.
Welcome,
Family.
Mikey.
Guess
Mike.
I'm crashing the party tonight, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's a party come around, man.
We were talking about the possibility of the Snyderverse being restored, whether it's pre-merger or post-merger.
Oh, that's a good
But
question.
first, how are you doing?
Allergies all day long. That's one of those things that I'm sure you have to deal with as well. I just have to get medication for this. That's all.
Yeah, I got some non-drowsy Claritin that seems to do the trick.
All
Mikey
right.
Meet Plum, our other editor at Small Screen, and
How's it
I've
going?
known him for like 15 years.
Oh yeah, you're the guy in the videos. Yeah, do the
Yep,
voiceover,
that's me.
right? That's you. Okay.
Mikey
Yeah,
EJ, Jedi
when
Master EJ. He's a
when I
big
got
fan.
your
Hey, Mike.
Sorry, go ahead.
hey, nice to seeing you. When I got your message, James, I'm like, man, is Edward Lauder still up? That guy ever
He
sleeps?
just went to bed.
Oh, did he?
Clint's got to go do his other show. We played the Amber Heard clip rant where he rants about her voice, and and then he left off. And Vince Rodriguez, artist extraordinaire, Mikey Sutton, and
Mikey.
Bat
nice
Dan.
to
You know
meet
Bat
you.
Dan.
Likewise.
Oh yeah, I know Bad Dan. I hear Bad Dan all the time when I'm on Phil's show. So.
So
Yeah, I'm
pre or
always down
post
with the leaders.
merger. What do you think, Mikey?
It's okay. There's such a kind of complicated question. It's a very good one though. You're gonna see traces of it before the merger, but the final solution will be after the merger because right now Warner Brothers is in a lame duck session right now. Okay, you really can't greenlit anything really big right now until I just call him Lava Man shows up and starts like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. So there's a freeze right now, James, about what they can actually go forward. A lot of the projects you'll be hearing are projects they've already greenlit like months before the merger. They're just now announcing. But anything really huge is going to be after the merger. Now there is a side note to all this. It's HBO Max. HBO Max is proceeding with a lot of things that the theatrical side can't proceed with. Mainly because HBO Max has priority in terms of moving forward with projects. The budgets aren't as big, right? They're still huge, but they're not like like Dune or something like that, which requires a different kind of commitment. And they want to keep the streaming projects going as Disney Plus is going to kill everything in sight next year when you have $33 billion in content, because it's freaking insane. Like, what are you spending that on? Like, I mean, are you going to film in a different planet? Because I'm thinking
The Mandalorian.
yeah, seriously. Like, okay, I know there's like 30 MCU projects in the works, but they're $1 billion each, you know what I mean? Like,
Maybe.
it's content. It's content, like it's not even promotion, it's just like the actual creation of these projects. I'm like, why do you need 33 billion? And of course, Discovery is gonna be like, well, I'll take your 33 billion, we'll make it 38 billion over on our side,
Yeah, but how much is that going to go into reality shows?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
But you know what? You gotta put this in the context, though. I know he's got a reputation for doing that with Discovery, but he had a different budget back then, different set of priorities as well. I mean, how much like scripted content would you need for Discovery, right? It's basically the Science Channel. I mean, you can do all sorts of like National Geographic PBS stuff on there, or pimple popping stuff, as Manjaro likes to say. But when you're competing with Disney Plus, though, you gotta bring out your big guns. You gotta bring out your Game of Thrones. You gotta bring out your Harry Potters, and I don't know how much Harry Potter they can like capitalize on. Like J.K. Rowling hasn't written yet, right? Like what spin-offs can they do? It's gonna be so diluted from the original.
So what's in your opinion, what's their problem with mining the resources of DC characters for HBO Max? Why are they having such a problem? Why did we get Peacemaker before we got Gotham PD or the Batfleck series?
Well, you see, a lot of that was the still called the Clown Table to really interfere with a lot of things that were going on after the Snyderverse, after Snyder Cut was released. James, AT&T kind of like, wait a minute, this did so well, and they really just wanted to give up on the company. Just like, Discovery, take this away from us. You guys deal with this crap, right? So a lot of that was Hamada, Peacemaker was Hamada. They had a lot writing on James Gunn, a lot. They really thought James Gunn would be the savior of DC films. Suicide Squad came out, and the problem with that film, or the marketing of that film, was it was geared towards James Gunn fans. The problem was, James, the general public has no idea who he is. Okay,
Right.
They know Guardians, but hey, great film, but he's not a name like Christopher Nolan. When you say Christopher Nolan, like, whoa, Christopher Nolan, people know who he is, right? Or James Cameron, right? But James Gunn hasn't reached that level yet. So the Suicide Squad was intended to get all the James Gunn fans, not realizing, yeah, there's a lot of them, but there's not as many as, you say, Spielberg or Nolan or Cameron, who had these billion-dollar films, right? It's just really different matter entirely. They put all their eggs in one basket, and then when that didn't do well, they're like, oh crap, what do we do now? So a lot of interference there, James, but things are changing, dude, because the Flash is not killing Affleck off.
I thought Hamada said this,
and I do think that moving forward, there's more opportunities for us to do things like this. And really, it at the end of the day, it's about the fans, and I think the fans want to see it. And it
yeah, they want to see
the fans. Yeah, how come we're not getting like Black Adam took so long to get going?
Yeah,
right. How come we don't have announcements for Cavill and Black Adam yet, and or Zack Snyder's Justice League 2? Okay, so let's talk about the turkey, Mikey.
Yeah.
What have you heard about the turkey?
The Final Crisis turkey, right? Yeah. What I'm hearing is that I'm just gonna call him Lava Man because I have a hard time pronouncing his last name, but you know who he is, the Discovery CEO. I heard that he's been talking to James already. Not James, talking to Snyder already about what they can discuss after the merger goes through. Right now, Lachlan can't make any decisions right now. He's not in the door yet. I mean, legally he can't do anything. But he can talk to people, and that's what he's been doing. He's been trying to gauge the temperature, James, of what these creatives are looking for. So when he is in the door, they can just follow up on that and say, okay, here's what you want to do. Here's what we want. Let's sit down and negotiate. Now, if you notice, Snyder's been teasing a lot of stuff lately.
Right. So do you think that's do you think Zaslav or Lava Man and Snyder are making backdoor plans?
Yeah, they are.
When...
They're talking. Yeah. They're talking. Yeah. What Snyder really wants, he wants to finish the story. He wants to finish those Justice League films that he's planned. The whole Final Crisis thing, that was it. There was a reason behind that, James. He just wasn't just throwing it out there. There's a reason for it. Right. He's trying to get the fan base excited, but he knows what he's got going a year and a half from now.
Okay.
And also,
what do you think that is?
Well, I do think they're going to proceed with the sequel, Justice League 2, and Man of Steel 2 as well. Even Cavill is in on it, right? I mean, they're all like, hey, well, you know what? And The Rock's like, hey, I want to, Black Adam will fight Superman, and Cavill's like, well, I want this bright blue Superman before we do the anti-life equation. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. So why do you think The Rock hasn't tweeted out restore the Snyderverse yet? Is there a gag? Do you think the gag order is still going on?
There's a gag order still going on. Well, that's part of it, James. But another part of it, though, he wants a gradual build-up of surprises, kind of like Toby Andrew in what's going on with Sony right now. Yeah, Sony.
Feige, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing some weird things today, man, about that whole thing too. So here's what I'm hearing, James. It's not a scoop or anything. It's just I'm hearing this, and it's weird, right? So I heard from a source today that told me that the big deal in Spider-Man No Way Home is not Toby and Andrew. There is something else in there that they are hiding. So everybody's chasing after those two. There's bigger fish in the film that they're really, really hiding, and it has not leaked. None. So they leak out. Yeah.
What's your speculation?
I asked someone who knows, and he said, all I can tell you is multiverse. All I can tell you. So it's your imagination. Go crazy with that. If you're talking about something that's bigger than Toby and Andrew,
Iron Man?
Tom
Cruise. Bringing back Iron Man might be big.
I know, like last summer we had a scoop, Mikey. RDJ was back in talks to reappear in the MCU, and then there was a whole Chris Evans thing. Where
there is that, yeah.
Yeah, but that could easily be flashbacks and stuff, like flashback sequences. But if in a version of the multiverse, someone else died in that instance of Endgame, then they could easily just scoop them back up and bring them into the regular MCU.
So it could be like the post-credit scene. We could see
a
couple of them, and then it leads into Doctor Strange 2, right?
That's what I'm thinking, because I did ask about Venom, and he goes, no, it's not even Venom. There's something bigger than Venom. Are you serious? He goes, no, it has not leaked what this is. And like,
I bet you it's Iron Man.
So I do have, if I was to speculate, James, just based on Doctor Strange, right, and how it leads into that, I'm thinking the X-Men are going to show up at the end.
Okay. Well, what about
that's my
Fantastic Four? Because they just
that's not bad.
That'd be good too.
Fantastic Four. Something just happened. I just read. I sent you the article, Mikey. I think yesterday. I can't remember. Marvel Fantastic Four.
If they bring in the Fantastic Four before they do Secret Wars, then they can bring in Venom correctly.
Well, if they have, if they say that Reed Richards bought Avengers Tower at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, the Baxter Building, then John Krasinski comes out, that would destroy the internet.
Well, they just the article was that they just removed 2 pre-MCU Marvel films, and they're both Fantastic Four from Disney Plus, 2005's and 2007's Fantastic Four.
Wow, that's okay. That's that. Yeah, there's something there. Then that's interesting.
So they're laying the groundwork like they do when they register the Twitter handles and the domain name.
Yeah.
So I think it could, if from what you're hearing and from that news, it could be Fantastic Four or the Baxter Building. You scooped that last year. That's good. It's going to be in No Way Home, or it was at the time anyway.
At the time, they kept changing things. I didn't realize that when they shifted the release dates were Doctor Strange was supposed to be before No Way Home. Now they flip-flopped it. They made all sorts. That explains all the changes they made.
Well, but Black Widow was supposed to come out before the Disney Plus shows.
Yeah.
And then,
but be really crazy, James. What would blow my mind, James? Would blow everybody's mind if Mephisto shows up at the end of No Way Home. If Mephisto finally fucking shows up, right? Okay.
And it's Ralph Boner.
Yeah, there you go. That's even more so, right?
Wait, no, it's the rabbit with the voice of Evan Peters.
There you go. Yeah. I don't want to say Mephisto anymore, but that would finally close the door on that, right? Okay, you got your Mephisto, guys. Okay, because James, they can literally hide Mephisto. He's all CGI, right? So there's no leaks on that whatsoever, right? So
exactly. Spooky has a question for you. Do you think Zack Snyder will break into the MCU later on?
I caught a lot of flack for the whole Ghost Rider thing because a lot of people on both sides didn't want to hear it, right? Like the Snyder, DC. No, he better not go there.
Well, that and you
like I don't want him here.
You reported that Marvel was looking at him for Ghost Rider. You didn't report
Yeah.
that he was in talks, and everyone took it out of context. and
They
said,
did,
"Oh,
they
like,
did, yeah.
yeah."
But you know what? Zack Snyder loves the idea, though. When they asked him about it, he goes, "Yeah, that sounds cool." like, yeah, right on, you know. But yeah, I mentioned they didn't talk to him at all. But obviously, he likes the idea, so who knows where that goes now. um, it's like this, James. It can go either way. If somehow the negotiations don't go right with DC, I can see him jumping on the whole Marvel thing. But if he does finish his work at DC, he's not going to have time for anything else, I don't think.
Exactly.
He's just too busy.
'Cause he's got his Planet of the Dead franchise too.
He's got that, and
Netflix.
what I'm hearing too is HBO Max really wants Zach. I mean, I scooped that over a year ago. That was if the Snyderverse was gonna get restored, it'll be on HBO Max. So they're gonna keep him busy producing stuff. I don't see that much of a future for James Gunn, honestly, at DC. I think he'll do more Marvel work. I know he's done with Guardians, but I think there's other projects that he can do for the MCU.
You think he'll stay with Marvel then, or do you think he'll go off and do like his own films afterwards?
I think he'll go back to Marvel, and maybe he has some pet projects from his childhood that he wants to, do still. And he mentioned before he's got other favorite characters he's never done before. So I can see him going back to the MCU, and especially if Guardians Volume 3 is like really really good and does so well, how can you ignore that kind of the buckets of cash and everything that he'll be getting from there? In the end, money talks. I don't care what anybody says. You give him enough money, you're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Like, I'll write a Barbie comic if you pay me enough, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's like the boatload of money. They back up to the truck.
Dump truck of money.
I just took a peek at tomorrow's scoop, and
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
So tune into geekositymag.com tomorrow to get a latest Hawkeye scoop. That's all I'm gonna say.
Clint's not here.
Big one on a D. And James doesn't even know this yet that I've been sitting on this for a couple of days trying to get some more information. But we have a big DC scoop tomorrow. It's pretty big.
Snyder related DC?
Yeah, Snyder related. Yeah. It's for HBO Max though, but it's pretty big.
Oh.
Yeah, so definitely check out the site tomorrow morning. Mikey, what did you think of Eternals?
I have not seen it. I remember I had a
either, yeah.
Well, I had a stroke. I had a stroke in October.
That's right.
Yeah, and mini stroke, and I've been having issues with muscle spasms since then. It's cold. When it gets cold, it acts up. So
right.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch Spider-Man. I'm gonna suffer through the cold because Spider-Man. I can't, and I thank God I got a free ticket for first day. Because there's no way I can miss that. I'm a Spider guy. So.
Exactly. Well, everyone seems to have forgot about Eternals about a week after it came out.
There's no buzz about it. I mean, I'm sure when it gets on Disney Plus, maybe we'll talk about it again. But everybody's so focused on Spider-Man. It's like, yeah, okay, Spider-Man.
Yeah, and we got the Book of Boba Fett coming out this month, and we got Matrix 2 coming out. But I think all that hype will build up when Spider-Man premieres.
I got a question for you guys. How well do you think Matrix 2 will do? Because it's the second weekend of Spider-Man when it comes out, and it's available on HBO Max. You guys think it'll do that well?
I think it'll do well on HBO Max.
There you go.
Honestly, I think it'll do decent in the theater, but I think it'll do well on HBO Max. And I'm happy it's coming out on HBO Max because I'll be able to see it when it actually hits theaters.
Yeah,
because it takes forever to get movies here. But I think it'll do okay financially, but it'll be a big hit with HBO Max. EJ?
I actually think it's going to be really popular. Like with anyone who's not like a comic book head, like
True.
all of us. I think it's going to be the movie to watch.
That's true. Yeah, the general public, right? And it's Keanu. He's more popular than ever right now as well.
Keanu Reeves is a god. He's immortal. Like his comic book Berserker about an immortal assassin. Like that's just him.
That's him,
just
right?
his life story. He never ages. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He's older than me, I believe, right? And like, what the heck?
I wish he chose a different name though, because every time I
You guys
talk about
vampires?
Berserk, every time I mention Berserk, everyone thinks I'm talking about the Keanu Reeves comic, and I'm like, no, the anime. That's awesome.
Berserker. Berserker.
Oh god,
not
I'm
Berserk.
so
No, I
old.
know,
I picture the old video
I
games
know.
from the 80s. So.
So Mikey, tell us about your comic. It's coming out in February.
Yeah, Dreamwalker is coming out on Valentine's Day. I finally have a good Valentine's Day, so I figured. It's funny because we were talking about release dates. Originally, it was December. My artist was still working on the book. He was still doing the finishing touches. And all of a sudden, I just threw out, you know what? I'm meeting with a publisher in December, so I won't be on time for Christmas. I said, you know what? On Valentine's Day, and like maybe be like a Black Valentine. And so I wrote a 4-page Valentine's Day bonus story based on a real life experience I had in the Philippines during the 80s. I had my artist draw it up, and so yeah, it's called Dreamwalker, and it's about a young Filipina who can walk through people's dreams and steal objects from them. And when the person she's stolen from wakes up, they disappear.
Whoops.
But she uses kind of like Professor X and Cerebro. She can kind of monitor everybody who's sort of a mutant. She can monitor people who are sleeping, and go through their dreams and pick out objects to fight monsters. So there's a lot of Philippine folklore in there. It's got a lot of the scary, like I'm sure James, when you were growing up, you heard scary stories that people told you, like, oh, don't be out in the dark, by this time or whatever. And that's all in here. Yeah, and so it's modeled after actress Kate Valdez, who I met. God, right after my stroke. Yeah, Kate for Wave. And she inspires book in more than one way. First of all, this book, and James gonna laugh at this, it was supposed to be a comedy, and I can't write comedy at all. None. Not only was it a comedy, it was a Japanese manga shoujo comedy, and oh my god, it was horrible, right? Just nothing. Could not write. Now she had the same power in the comedy, though, but as a joke. I mean, she'd enter inappropriate dreams and stuff and things like that. I'm like, this is not funny. It's not working. And I couldn't picture the character. I knew she was a Filipina, but I couldn't picture her until I saw Kate, and I was like, okay, that's her. And then when I interviewed Kate, she dropped a bomb on me. She said, have you seen The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina? I said, no, I haven't seen it. I've been wanting to, but I haven't seen it. She goes, I love that show. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I watched it. I'm like, oh my god, why am I writing a comedy? My natural element is horror. So I was so inspired by Sabrina, I wrote the script in a week. And after a year of trying to write it as a comedy, as a horror book, oh hell yeah. No, I can't stop writing, James. So
that's great. Just keep writing, Mikey. Just keep writing. We have Zack Snyder's #1 fan here. He's going to join us.
Oh.
Welcome, Jarbo.
Oh my god, there he is. Oh, hello, man. See,
now the conversation is going to get really dark.
No, I can't stay for long. I'm out doing delivery driving right now. But I tuned in as you guys were starting or whatever. Like I was getting some food for the family, and then I literally tuned back in as I go to work, and then you guys are still talking about Zack Snyder. You're like,
well,
I'm like, is
fair,
that
we did
what's
talk
going on
about
with Zack Snyder these days? Like, do we know? But
we
no,
did
it's all
talk
good.
about a lot of stuff in between. That's
Sure.
to be
I
fair.
know how these conversations go. I do a weird ass live stream almost every single night. So
No, you don't. You don't do anything on YouTube, Jarbo.
Right.
You're just a Twitter guy.
To
That's what
certain
you're
people,
famous
I
for.
prefer them to think that. To certain people, I prefer them to never come around my stuff. But yeah, so Mikey, how you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a bit. I feel like.
Oh man, allergies. I tell you, they're horrible. I guess I never had allergies when I was younger. What the hell? I'm a late bloomer or something, Like all of a sudden my 50s, oh hi allergies. So like, oh god. In the morning it won't stop watering and you're sneezing like hell. Oh
Yeah.
god, it's
Try
terrible.
living in a house with 2 cats and a dog. Every morning. Jarbo, I just want to say, didn't CNBC call you a Twitter influencer writer?
Did they?
CNBC said? No, I'm just joking. I'll send you the. That's from someone.
I know who you're talking about as well. So
I am lost on that one. I think I know the LA Times has written about me. I know Russia Today has written about me.
No, that CNBC thing is from the CNBC thing is from a guy named, his name rhymes with Witchman. So yeah.
Oh, right.
It's North Korea, the DRPKR or whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
You're just
what do
totally
I have to
not picking up what I'm. Anyways,
I'm really
what
not
was about the LA Times.
yeah, he's got on YouTube channel. Have you heard his YouTube show? He sounds like words too. Yeah, our mutual friend Jarbo.
We have a few, but I think I know who you're talking about. But the other stuff I don't know what you're talking about.
The one who what's his?
The blackmailer, is that it?
The blackmailer, that's the one. There you go.
That's right. Yeah. It's really funny how no one actually cares about that. You know, they're like, this guy's amazing. I love this guy, and I'm like, he's a blackmailer, right? Here I have proof, and they're like, who cares? You know,
it's like Doomcocky Teflon.
Kinda. I mean, well, yeah, except Doomcock, he gets it on Twitter now quite a bit. People are really kind of coming together to give him a ton of crap on Twitter. And he's like, oh, none of it matters to me. You know, I don't read Twitter. Like, yes, you do. You know, so it's like, we know you do. But it's all an act. It's all a game to these people. So I just have fun with it. I got to tell you this. I reviewed a Midnight's Edge video last night.
Oh boy.
And it was one of the most dishonest pieces I'd ever seen in my entire life. And I mean, like, Midnight's Edge is low bar at this point. They used to be good, but this is low bar. And this was like jump to conclusions, the video. What?
I just said, here we go.
Oh no, that's all I'm saying. Is like they're talking about Kathleen Kennedy. They bring up Cameron Pasha. It's like they present him as a journalist, which apparently he was at some point in time before the cocaine set in. And my opinion, somebody dabbles in a little bit of that white dust. You know, you can't. It's my opinion. It's my interpretation of how that man is able to not blink. It's just a lot of. It gets really dusty in LA. You know, certain circles. You know, it is.
Was it integrity at least?
It's the most magical time of year.
I tell you, I always get.
You got one more pun in you, Jarbo. Come on.
I always get flack for Jarbo. Like, I get his collateral damage right all the time because.
And I tell you though when you're going to get my collateral damage.
Oh yeah, you do, and you're right all the time. Like, there's one guy. He's a really big Doomcock fan. He goes, you know, it's bad enough that your caffeine candy scoop sucks, but just to twist the knife, you had to scoop it on Jarbo's show. Just to make it worse.
That's the other thing
Mike
too.
Laugh at us.
On the Midnight's Edge video, they say they claim that they exclusively covered that Kathleen Kennedy scoop, that Mikey Sutton Geekosity scoop, that they covered it exclusively, and I'm like, bitch, what? Now you're just stealing credit.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
And then but I'll tell you this. Here's the funniest part, Mikey. So they bring in Cameron Pasha as the journalist, right? And then they talk about the quote unquote humiliation of Kathleen Kennedy, and they speculate about what could have happened behind the scenes, like this Civil War sort of thing. And it's all Cameron Pasha who had said this before, but they go, oh, our sources are telling us. So it's like It is bad. It is bad. It is bad. It is bad.
Well, look, I kind of want to talk about this a bit, but I don't want to like start bashing on people. But
I do.
All right, Plum. Yeah, just turn your camera off. All right. I just want to talk about the Scoop King because it's so petty. The Scoop. That's why, like with Geekosity and the small screen, I just do the socials, and that's about it. And I'll do some retweets and liking and stuff. But we stay out of the fights because, like, I've talked to you privately about this, Jarbo. Like, I don't have time for that. I can't give the mental real estate to the who's first and because it's just a never-ending battle. And Mikey and I have talked about this. The sources don't like that. They don't like the infighting between the scoopers. So I was just wondering if you have you ever seen this article, Jarbo?
Let's see. It's loading for me right now.
Breaking news: Scoopers stop being petty and unite. Peace in the Scoop game.
Oh, wasn't that the April 1st one?
Yeah, that was our April 1st one.
Yeah. I can't see it, but I remember it because it's not popping up on my phone.
So every time someone on Twitter comes after Geekosity or and they're usually the anonymous Twitter handles too that don't really because they can just hide behind anonymity. But I just send them that article. I'm just like, here's that. That's how we feel about the Scoop game. It's just like getting into it. Like when we first went public in August 2020, Mikey, it got kind of a little hairy there for a little bit. But those people aren't around anymore, so it always comes out in the wash.
The thing I've realized is, like, for one, all of these people have alt accounts, right? They all have alt accounts on Twitter. And I think they artificially hype themselves up. We see this a lot in certain fandoms. I won't say the name of it just because I don't want to cause any bear poking. But we see a lot of it. And so they do that. They hype each other up. And then there's also a boys club with a few of them. And when the boys club really kicks up, those guys will like circle the wagons. They will defend each other while they'll call everyone else out for being a POS, but they also never really look inward on some of their behavior and the things that they say and the generalizations that they make. And so it becomes kind of funny because I follow a lot of these people and I interact with a lot of them too. But like, if they ever talk crap about Mikey, I'm usually right there with like my shield, like, nah, man, I'm going to say something right here. Because I know Mikey and I'm friends with Mikey, so I defend him and I have no qualm with admitting that. That's why he puts.
Well, I always like when I get the DMs from you and you're like, "What's going on now? Where do I need to be?" I'm like, "It's okay, Joe. I was just making a comment on something." Or if something does happen, you're right there and you're like, "Well, to be fair, here's a similar web stats of Geekosity compared to your website." You know what? When I saw that, I just went. Conversation over. I don't even need to reply.
I am such a bitch sometimes. I will fully admit. And I know I see Batman down there, buddy. I see you, buddy. I see you, bro.
That wasn't even a bitch. That wasn't even a bitch move, though. That was like straight up logic. Here.
Oh yeah. But what I mean is, like, I get petty. So
I know
like,
you do.
I'll slide in and be all like, "Yo, you seen these numbers? Whack in the face." No, but I think it's like what my personal take on it is, like, it's the people who are the disingenuous types are the ones that I have the biggest issue with. I don't care about people's opinions. I don't care if you like Mikey or don't like Mikey, it's really no skin off my back. But it's when you attack the integrity. That's what I'm not a fan of. And it's that's kind of how I view it. And so it's like people like like Mr. DRPK, whatever. That guy, like, the fact that he was all like, you said something mean about Mikey. I'm like, when I didn't know him and I was curious about his credibility. And I sent the image. I took a snapshot and I immediately sent it to Mikey when he threatened me. And we both laughed about it.
We had a good laugh about it for hours. I mean,
it was so stupid. It was so stupid. It's just like, look, the thing is, when you scoop for profit, and that is your meal ticket. Like, I get it. I understand it. This game is tough, especially when you're covering breaking news and stuff. And I mean, like, somebody sent me an article the other day that was on Yahoo, is the Entertainment Yahoo channel. And they're like, did the Fantastic Four casting get announced? And I'm like, okay, I would have heard this. Where's this coming from? And I read it, and it's all like, according to a 4chan post. And I'm like,
Oh God!
Like, are you that hurting for content at this point that you have to? Like,
Well, this goes, Jarbo. This goes back to what you're saying about the blackmail and no one cares. One of the clients I had way back when he's friends with the RPK, and I said, okay, well, he's openly attacked and blackmailed and stuff, and the guy's like, oh, he's been cool with me, you know what I mean? And that's that. Like they just don't seem to care. You know,
well,
I think it's
they only care when there's blood in the water, and I can speak to firsthand experience on that one. One of the reasons why a lot of those guys at this point, they don't really want to interact with me is because I don't care. And I'm all like, you know, this is petty in many ways. And I've dealt with a lot of crap. I've dealt with a lot of crap that a lot of, you know, people don't know about. And it's like, well, I'm just going to sit there and tell you guys what I think about it. And we can debate these facts if you want. But I'm usually pretty informed on what I talk about. So let's have at it, Haas, you know? And they never want to do it. They never want to debate me on the matter. They always want to like argue feelings or emotions. And it's all like, sorry.
Yeah, they never want to have logical discussions. It's like, there's this one YouTuber. Do you ever see him, Future DC for Life, on Twitter?
Oh
that
God!
guy?
Oh God!
He was okay. So he was in a Ralph the Movie Maker video about the Zack Snyder Batman v Superman or something. And this guy, he loves, and we're naming people now. We're talking, but whatever. He loves at the start on Twitter. He would come after Syl, and then he came after Geekosity, and I tried to have a large discussion with him, and then he just kept tagging his friends in the comments on the Twitter feed. I'm like, why are you tagging these people? They're not even in the conversation. You're just trying to get more attention.
Yeah.
And then I saw his video, his clip of his video in Ralph the Movie Maker, and this guy has like 700,000 subs, and this video has like 23 million views. Blah blah. And I was like, oh my God, that's that guy. It's hilarious. And then so I checked the Instagram messages on Geekosity this morning, and he messages us, and it's his latest video, and you know, I'll read it.
Is it the one that's like 2 hours long?
I know. I didn't even
because someone sent me a video of his yesterday, and they're like, I nominate this guy for Chud Watch. And and Chud Watch is a section of my live stream where we watch like Doomcock or one of those channels that peddles in fake news. And then I clicked on it, and it's Andre, and I'm like, okay, this could be funny, but it's 2 hours long. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Like, I value my life.
Yeah, no, it's just him talking to the camera, like yelling, but like, I think he deleted it. He had no Instagram posts, he had no stories, and he had nothing on his Instagram, but the message said, laugh out loud, haters failed, Ben Affleck is returning as Batman, not only in Flash movie, but in Batgirl. Pattinson sucks and is a one-off. Ben will still be Batman after Pattinson garbage comes out, laugh out loud. I said, are you still going on about this? Then he sends me some like screenshots about tweets. I don't even know what's going on. And then I said, I saw you in a Ralph the Movie Maker video. And you go, laugh aloud, he's an idiot, laugh aloud, no one takes him seriously. And then so I tried to have a logical discussion with him again, and he just started insulting me. And I said, hey, it's okay to disagree and have a discussion, but the moment someone disagrees with you, you start calling them names. Like, how old are you? And he didn't answer that. But like this first thing in the morning, I'm having my tea, and I get all these messages from him out of the blue. And this is what he does. This is how he gets
from people and
subs. Yeah,
not from him. Not from him specifically. He doesn't really mess with me. But like, I get other people who are like, they'll send me things like, how can you sit there and say that the Snyderverse isn't going to continue? And they'll send me like, I think it was a Clay Straub tweet or something, and it's like, you know. And I'm like, all right, I'll go and I'll look at his account. And he was talking about like the next tweet, which was 2 hours later, was like, oh, I just watched the Snyder Cut again. Okay. Okay. You know, it's like, let's logically look at this from the perspective of like, perhaps, you know, because look, I love the passion of that fan base. I do. I really do. There's so many good people in there. I have no issue with anyone specifically. I just have my opinions. And that has angered a lot of people, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. But it's like, you know, I'm like, don't send me something that is so you know, like just so out of left field. It's not going to convince me that you're right. you know.
I just basically said, like, it just seems like every time I watch your videos, it just seems like we're waiting in toxicity, because that's all it is. He doesn't really have anything constructive to say. And I just checked the messages. This is what he sent afterwards. Geekosity, you seem like a passive aggressive bitch that likes idiots like Ralph the Movie Maker. Laugh aloud. My brand isn't bashing, it's keeping it real and not being an ass kicking, appeasing, descend, whatever. I don't care what people I think. I tell the truth because I have knowledge. You stupidly think I spout off. Ironically, that's what idiots like Ralph the Moron Maker and can't be a do. You're just deluded as fuck. So that's his logical discussion. That's the people that we deal with in the scoop.
Yeah, I get that occasionally. You know, I got that a lot last weekend, but that was because like I pissed off somebody and he came back at me with some old ass BS. You know, so I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I like, it's like, I'll tell you what, man, like, I will, the day that Justice League 2 gets announced from Zack himself, I'll be hyped. But until then, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, give me whatever's happening on Netflix, and that will be content too. So
I tell you what, James, I didn't realize that you were in contact with this guy. Let me give you the origin of why this is happening. So this guy was like bombarding me on Instagram like every few hours a day, like 8 or 9 times. Wow. He would tag me over and over again. He would do shout outs to me. He would private message me like constantly. Like, and at first I was like, okay, it's a fan. But when it gets to the point where you're getting like 10, 15, 20 messages a day, tagging you on every single little thing, I'm like, okay, I ignored him, right? I ignored him like some kind of fatal attraction thing or something, right? And so all of a sudden I do that show with Syl, okay? And I'm on there with Syl a lot, and I'm ignoring this guy. And all of a sudden he does an anti-Syl video, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? Right? And then it's like, okay, this is getting kind of weird, right? And so he's like, he calls Syl Abdul, right? He calls him Syl Abdul.
Oh yeah, but this is when he came after Syl and Geekosity. This was before it, you know, before that happened. That's when, and then he was like tagging all his friends. And you know what? Syl embraced the show. Syl embraced that name.
Yeah, he did.
He did. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I get messages about Syl from people too, and it's like, I'm surprised how many people don't like him. And I'm like, I don't get it. Syl is a good dude. Like, I mean,
how can you not like Syl?
Yeah, we obviously disagree, and I poke at him a little bit on Twitter, but he's a good dude. You know, like, I got no issue with Syl whatsoever. I think people they just want to be mad about something. That's really about it.
Yeah, I'm caught in the middle all the time. Like, I'm caught in the middle between Jarbo and Midnight's Edge a lot because like there's only these people like Jarbo, I'll be totally honest with you. There are people out there that want me to stop being friends with you. They really do. Like, there's some crazy people out there. Like, why are you still friends with Matt Jarbo? Like,
yeah, I get that. I get that a lot.
Like,
yeah. You know,
like, why wouldn't I be friends with Matt Jarbo? I mean,
well, that's because everything is so divided these days.
It is.
Like, it's either you're on this team or you're on the other team. You know.
Oh yeah.
And Mikey, you should try handling the socials for Geekosity. It's like being on like a fine wire act, a high wire act.
Hey guys, I gotta run. I got an order. I gotta go pick up. I gotta go make that money. You know.
All right. Take care, Jarbo. Thanks for joining.
I'll see you guys later. Good chat as always. Bat Dan, I see you, buddy. I don't think Bat Dan likes me, but I like Bat Dan. I like his passion.
I just like Matt Jarbo. I just jokingly poke at you. In fact, I think don't do the Matt Jarbo hashtag unless I'm under Enosh's stream or Syl's stream or any one of your friends. But I will never do that hashtag behind your back or anything.
No. It's like, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I know you're joking around. It's all good. It's all well and fun. No issue whatsoever. I think it's hysterical, and I love how passionate you are. Even if we disagree, I still can appreciate the passion. So that's that. I literally am just a laid back, chill guy 100% of the time. So there's that. But I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. And
and that's the way it should be. You know, there shouldn't be all this fighting between.
No.
I mean, why be an unpaid employee for these big corporations? First of all,
exactly.
Or why be an unpaid employee for these scoopers on Twitter? You know, everyone's just doing their job. Everyone's just reporting what they hear from their
How
sources,
can you be mad?
and
at
we
Mike
should all
for not
enjoy the
like
content and enjoy the information.
Yeah,
That's,
to
I
me,
think
it's
that's
to me,
what we
it's a
should do.
job. It's all it is, you know, you go to work every day. It's like a. I forgot to tell you this, James. I might as well bring it up. Perfect time for it. Before the website, you know, remember I was writing stuff on the group page, right? And,
Yeah.
people were covering it and stuff. I got in the middle of a civil war between two YouTubers. I forgot to tell you this. I won't mention who they are, but one YouTuber was like, "Well, you know, I can't cover your scoops if you keep giving scoops to the other person." And I'm like, "What?" You know? He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna."
Oh yeah, I
And
remember
it's just like, you know, I mean, it's just like, what the heck? I mean, you know.
Well, they
And
want exclusivity for you giving
yeah.
them all these views and them making money off subs, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So-
you should notice, James. I mean,
How did
the
they
pre-
feel when GeekosityMag.com came out?
all of a sudden it's like I hear crickets. Seriously, it's
Yeah.
like, well, you know, you guys got your own thing now. You know, the exclusivity is gone, right? So, that's what happens. And you know what? I'm very happy with. I'm glad that you were able to help me through it, James. I mean, I owe a lot to you that you're able to get me through some pretty difficult times in the beginning there when we were just like, what the hell are we doing? You know? I mean,
Yeah, the first the first 6-7 months were a bit rough, but we found our
they were
groove,
rough,
that's for sure.
but we
Yeah.
grew, and I think we finally found our balance now. It's been a great ride, though. It's been a great ride. But yeah, for the longest time, I was just putting stuff for free out there on Facebook, and like, you know, and doing that in freelancing as well. Just, but you know, then you deal with all these internal ego wars going on around you, which you have nothing to do with. All you're doing is just scooping, but you know, like
Yeah, and
people
as a
get
rule on this
territorial,
show,
you
we
know?
don't. Yeah, and that's why on a rule is this show we don't really name drop or anything. But
Yeah,
we didn't
yeah.
really say anything bad, and I was just telling the truth about that future guy. That's I don't know, I just thought it was hilarious that.
Yeah.
See you, Bat Dan. I thought it was just hilarious.
Hey, Bat Dan.
I'm watching Ralph the Movie Maker one night, and I just saw him at the end of the Zack Snyder video. It's absolutely hilarious. So it's like, wow, this guy made it on there. The Huber Experience official YouTube channel. What's up? Thanks for joining us.
Well, James, I
Still
gotta eat dinner. So I
yeah,
gotta
we're
eat dinner,
gonna we're gonna wrap it up. My oven's being preheated for 45 minutes. So I gotta.
Oh,
put
there you
something
go.
in
There you go.
I'm
We're both
starving.
hungry now.
Frozen pizza.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone, make sure you and we all love the Scoop Game. We all love everyone. We're all just
Family.
okay, so Mikey, where can everyone reach you?
Yeah, geekositymag.com, and I'm also on Instagram as SuttonPod, and I'm on Facebook as Mikey Sutton as well. Pretty much everywhere. Until Abdul's show, Rogues Gallery and Marvelous. And wherever I get invited to, I've been getting so many invitations lately, and it's hard to find time. But
Well, we'll have you on here when your comic debuts.
I was about to say,
premiere
yeah, I'd
with-
love to come back
well,
here. and
after
do it.
you do it with Sil, but yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get you on in February at least for sure. to
Okay,
talk about
awesome. That'd be
comic book.
great. That'd be
Yeah.
great. That'd be great.
Maybe
DJ,
another Super
where can
Team
we find you?
Megaforce.
Yeah,
on
we'll get a
Facebook.
Super Team Megaforce hopefully in the new year. So
Yeah,
that'd be good.
That'll be a fun reunion. I actually, you know, miss doing those. It's been a long time now, and it'd be
Yeah,
great. to-
they're
EJ said it helped him get through some hard times. So
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
nice to
awesome.
hear.
Yeah, it really did,
Yeah.
man. It's
You can find
around the
Master
time I
EJ
started
at.
watching- Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, your mic is low. I'm going to turn it up so we can hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, when I started watching the Super Team Megaforce, it was around the month my mom had passed away, and
Oh, I'm so
you know,
sorry.
it-
That's terrible.
Sorry, man.
It's all good.
Yeah, I
But,
lost my father last year, so it's
and it's tough.
around that time as well. In fact, that
Oh,
when I was
really?
doing that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of helped me get through everything. It really did.
Well, the next
A
one
lot
we have
laughs.
will be in your mom's honor.
Oh,
There you
I
go.
appreciate
That's
it.
perfect. Perfect, James. Perfect.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that, EJ.
Yeah, man.
But I'm glad that Super Team Megaforce helped to boost your spirits.
Oh yeah, it definitely did.
All the hentai talk from Mikey really got you laughing.
Yeah, the laughing is what keeps me going.
Well,
Make
you know what?
some
In
stupid
the
memes.
end, that's what it's about entertainment, right? We entertain. That's really
Yeah.
what it's about in the end. You know, all this
Ex-
ego fighting, you know, whatever.
No, it should just be about having fun and be
Exactly.
entertainment, you know, and that's
Yeah,
why
definitely.
we stay off all the Twitter that much. But that's why EJ makes some of the most hilarious memes. And on Facebook, if you check out the Trek
Thank you.
memes, then you can go up on there, and it's a website him and I created. We got overrun by bots, so it's not really functional right now. But you can go to the Facebook group called the Trek memes, and you can find his amazing artwork there. And there's also United Federation of Memes that we're a part of.
HA.
I'm admin there, and HA Ray, who was in the chat earlier,
Is
he's
he
an admin.
still? Is he still in?
No, I think he's gone. And Plum, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Daniel Plum, and watch my videos on small screen.
Yes, where we tag team a lot of videos and the Spider-Man social videos, the film facts. That's all Plum, and then the Iron Man one that just came out. Except the Tony Stark cave line that was me at the end, so I thought it was funny. I got to take credit for that one. But they're brilliant. Plum's a brilliant editor, and we're glad to have him on the team. Okay, so we're all going to go eat now. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks, Spooky and Bobby, if you're still watching. Everyone, head over to Clint's channel. Let me get the link here. He's on right now. They're talking about the original Raimi trilogy. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Everyone, head over there. Watch Clint and Curtis. It's a great show. They do a versus every week too, where they talk about like they did Tremors and Dune before, and then yeah. So definitely go check it out. Okay, guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks,
remember,
James. See you guys.
Thanks for coming, Mikey. The Scoop game is just a big family.
Family.